Live. Hey, we are back with another episode of Lost Legends. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Verdazin as.
Noah.
We have Cross Crescent as.
Iala.
We have Blackheart as.
Taryc.
We have Sammi as.
Nim.
We have Tobias as.
Cassian.
And we have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM to the end. Who would like to give a recap?
I can do it.
Okay, take it away.
Last time. Wow. Okay, last time party had many various different conversations about stuff going on. Nim at one point went and returned a certain gems back to Torenfell. Torenfell was doing stuff, camping outside cave, looking at cave, doing magic voodoo at cave. We talked what we found about under the water. It was decided that Torenfell was going to use the teleporter, go back and get some books and research the stuff that we had gotten, because we did a little expedition where we got some rubbings and things from the lake. And while we were doing that, I believe Noah and Taryc were out in the woods doing their thing. They managed to, Noah managed to make kind of contact with the Fae by playing music. And that was after the party had gone and left some little offerings out. The time kind of skipped forward. Torenfell was gone. The party continued leaving little offerings and stuff like that and kind of getting settled into their day to day. The egg became closer to being hatched. And then the group ended up, I believe, as an entire group, going out into the woods with Taryc coming last, after some folks had a bit of a strange nightmare about various different energies and crystals and help me, and then went out and met Pan, the Lord of the Fae in the area. And Pan was very mysterious and dark and shrouded, and we got kind of like a little bit of a story of, and this is from little bits and pieces, that Pan had a mortal that was clearly in a warlock pact with them. At least that's what I got from it. And that they were their beloved, and that they had died out on the plains, and that a part of them was still there out on the plains. And it was like a vessel, is how it was described, which Nim attributes that kind of like her warlock vessel. Like a bit of the patron's power has been left out there, and it is distressing Pan. And also Pan is also very upset because, beloved dead. The party agreed that they should go check out what was going on out on the plains. Torenfell came back. We talked to him a bit, and then he said that we should probably talk to the witness, one of the people that were found out about the body, and gave information that it was Bill, the bard guy we always see at the tavern when we're there. The guy who plays the lute and kind of hangs out seems to be the one who found the bodies along the plains. Well, what was left of the bodies, but the bodies have what chunks of them they have were interred at the cemetery in town, is what I believe we got for information.
Yes.
And I think we were getting ready to, as a group, head into town to go look for Bill.
Indeed.
Also, during that point, Taryc's baby did hatch. Taryc does have baby dragon now. Well, baby drake monster. I don't know what flavor of drake it is, but it's a drake. And we have that in the party now. And I believe it's following Taryc around because Torenfell said in no uncertain terms, "I don't want to babysit that animal."
Correct. He is too old for this shit.
Yep.
Okay. All right, go
On
ahead.
the next episode of Lost Legends. I hope everything pans out.
All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'll
I'm
catch
done.
you next
I'm
week.
done.
Punishment is usually visited in damage that comes to you later. So you should be
Yeah.
ready for this.
That's gonna be some mysterious crits.
It's not going to be mysterious.
Go ahead.
Can the
and
players
take...
assist?
Yes. Go ahead and take your bonus inspiration. Everybody remember, you begin with your inspiration refreshed. Okay.
Bonus.
Question.
We are
I
gonna
like the refresh.
pick up where we left off. All of you are heading into town. A short, pleasant walk. If there's anything you want to converse about, away from the eyes and ears of Torin Fell on your way to town, you may do so. Otherwise, we will begin with you arriving in town. It's a lovely. What's the time now? Yeah, say it's about midday. By the time you get into town, there's already some activity. The ever-present sound of logging in the woods, and you can smell some pleasant smells coming from the inn. And let me shove you all over to Galen.
We all love the inn.
And
Let me swap to the map scene.
Yeah, we're going to swap over to the map scene so people can see. Yeah, you find yourselves wandering into town. At the moment you start heading past the blacksmith, Taryc, you are sort of flagged down by the Goliath smith here, who sort of just waves his arms at you. She's just tossing aside a hammer. He was apparently working on something. It looks like he was actually doing some fine scribing rather than the usual, hammering away. But he flags you down, and do you head on over?
I make sure that the Drake is following behind as I go, or actually, at this point, I've probably picked up the Drake
I
because
don't know if you can pick up the Drake. The Drake is very big.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the Drake is following
you could
close.
do the big dog carry if you want, where it's sort of like hanging from your arms and you're half dragging it.
You just kind of like under the arm, have it by its front legs, kind of
it's turning its head back and forth. It's trying to like lick at you as you do it.
It's fine. I just don't want it to wander off right now.
But Corium,
you don't want it to go eat someone's chicken.
Corium sort of
child.
gives you all a hearty wave and goes, "Afternoon."
Afternoon.
Hello there.
Your javelins. I have them done.
Oh yes, thank you.
You okay carrying? You have armful
Yeah.
already.
Gonna settle him down, put him down, and okay. Side.
You're beast
Stay
friendly.
close.
Don't know yet.
So far, but it just hatched. We're still in the same day, aren't we?
Beastie. And he grabs what looks like to be a sandwich from his worktop. He just sort of holds it out. You like food, Beastie? Yes. And the Drake sort of just lumbers over to him, and Nim. It's a kind of familiar sight. Just at a different scale, as you see this Goliath like forearm being engulfed, but the Drake just seems to like run the tongue around the arm, engulf it, and just pulls back, taking the sandwich with it, and the Goliath just sort of shakes his arm off and then like rubs the Drake's head and goes, good, this boy or girl?
I believe it's a boy.
A good boy. What is its name?
Said.
Said.
It's the word from my one of my home languages means hunter.
Oh, you are hunting dog. It's a good puppy. Yes. Okay. Yes, Javelin's here, and he just grabs they are like tied together with a few strings of twine. He just sort of picks them bundled up and drops them into your arms.
Thank you. Gonna put the two missing one, kind of get two out of it and put those in the quiver just to have it full, and shoulder the others and come on, Saeed. We need to go. Thank you very much for your work.
You're welcome. You
Um,
need anything else done?
I don't believe right now, but we may soon. I know we were talking about some fixes and such up at the outpost, but I think we are still trying to figure out what needs to be done up there. It's there's a lot
You
in
guys actually,
going
in
on.
your downtime, had already
We had
approached
figured out.
the town's carpenter, had them out, and you've already raised it. In fact, you've probably contracted Corum as well for a bit of metal
Okay.
work that needs to be done, because
I was
you
just saying,
can't just
yeah,
do
I
it
figured you
purely for.
probably need some.
And yeah, he'll go. It's already working on your building needs, but you know, adventurers, if you damage your blades or need shield, you talk to me.
How much do you know about working with armor?
I am Goliath. I know my fair share around such things. Not best, of course, but I can do you a serviceable suit.
I was more thinking of incorporating things into motions that the suit she's wearing. Uh kind
Studs.
of no, actually a little throwback to my people. Some of the bones and such of certain things if we encounter, I was hoping to possibly get worked in as kind of a little remembrance of my heritage.
What you wanting metal banding to fix them, or you want to bones gilded? What?
Metal to attach them. Just a
Eh,
little.
Well, if you need things fixed with metal, then that is a simple thing. You bring the bones to me, and I will get it done.
Thank you. I definitely will.
Do you have time to make some pittance and some climbing picks?
Yeah, your size or?
No, normal people size. Need the big ones.
Oh, yeah, yes, pittance very easy.
Three sets climbing picks and let's say 20 pittance.
20 pittance. You come back by tomorrow afternoon. I can be done.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You pay then.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah.
I was gonna turn to her. Are you looking for us, Dim? Or I'm guessing.
Yes, maybe.
Uh, let me know how much my share is. I will give it. I will pay it back.
I had purpose, but is good. Yes, I thought for a party maybe.
Absolutely, it is a good idea. I mean,
Also,
you
we should
never
get
know
some
what
rope.
will happen.
They cannot smith rope.
Yes, I know. We have to go someplace else get rope.
Well, if
but
you want
we should
grapple
get
to
the
go
rope.
on rope,
Yes, I want grapple. Please give me grapple.
how many set?
2 grapple.
I can do that. You Yes, I can do that.
I am good climber. I do not know if
You
others
want
are
a
good climbers.
hammer for pittance as well?
Yes, hammer.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow evening then.
Maybe later this week. That's also fine. Not in a rush. Not mountain climbing yet. But I worry ahead.
How about I have it all sent up with your food delivery?
That sounds good. Okay.
Yes. Very good. In that case, you pay now, huh?
How about I pay tomorrow when I get my purse?
That is fair.
I will pay.
That is a lot, Taryc.
You can pay me. You can pay part of it back. We'll do it that way. I have a good amount right now.
We are looking at about 80 gold pieces for all of this.
It's a lot, Taryc.
I need to find my character sheet, which I've somehow lost. There it is. Because I moved down the other monitor. How do we got right now? I actually just have enough for that technically.
I tell you
She
what,
kind of looks in her pouch.
you give me 40 gold to cover the materials. Then we see about the rest.
I will reach in and actually, are you willing to take platinum for part of that?
Of course.
I will pull out 2 plat because I happen to have had 2 plaques. I didn't want all gold,
Mhm.
and then 20 more gold,
Marvelous.
and
Okay.
hand it over.
I will have Taryc bring the rest of the money then, because it's easier for Taryc to carry the money. But I will give you money, Taryc.
I like you more than previous adventurers. You come in far more often, and I am able to get you to buy things from me. It is fantastic. You're good people.
What did you know about the previous adventurers? Did they, like, leave an impression or anything?
They left an impression, a strange group of people. It is hard not to have impression when I had never seen a deer centaur before.
Oh, dear centaur.
Yes, like Cassian, and he's sort of gestures at you, Cassian, but deer.
I was out of character because my brain went
Was that
centaur, and
Essel?
I was confused.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
That would
Oh,
explain
what
why.
was,
That would explain.
what was she like?
Didn't talk much to her. She was almost he sort of gestures around his head a bit. Not there.
Uh-huh.
Like her companions would often have to nudge to come on. Unfocused.
Okay.
But they seem
Okay.
to care for her, so must be a good person.
I hope so. Well, won't exactly matter now, I guess.
No. Maybe you'll go pay respects to them, It is good to pay respects to those that you are replacing.
We were going to head over there anyway. Soon.
Good. Well, I will get to work on your orders. I was just hiding time. I have no work to do right now, so this is good. You know where they are buried?
Nope. Probably in the graveyard.
Graveyard is big word, but not far from my. He sort of gestures like out backwards of his shop.
Oh. Okay.
We have.
Well-
I suppose it will become graveyard when more bodies, but this village, it mostly we cremate, scatter. Memories are kept within the household and home, but the sister insisted these adventurers, they should be buried.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for your all that information.
No, what this conversation?
Thank you for all that conversation.
He just nods. Yes, I enjoy conversation. So
Nim does a shy wave and starts slowly backing away from this conversation.
why are you being coy?
It looked like you're having a lovely conversation with Noah, and I wanted to continue. Have a lovely time.
You're very strange, you little one.
I know.
You come talk to me more.
Maybe.
Well, we will converse later. Yes, I will get to work on your pittance and such, and I need to go get lunch as well. Tell you what, you go bring me lunch on your way back. I will take a gold off of your order.
Okay.
Okay.
Expensive lunch, but I cannot be bothered. And right.
And so the first DoorDash was completed.
Our quest today: retrieve lunch.
The
It's
entire.
okay. We're gonna make 3
campaign.
other stops. This food's gonna be cold.
All
Yeah,
right.
just one of us can just rush back here and
Where are you going?
Um,
I say I'd go to the bar to see um
Bill,
get some more information about these adventurers.
and we can get the lunch at that point, and one of us can go toss it back at the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you want to head straight
And
to the
it-
bar?
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
Didn't they, as we're wandering away from the blacksmith and out at earshot, didn't they tell us that they didn't know what happened to the previous adventuring group?
Yeah, they probably don't know, but they know the results of whatever happened.
No, I thought they had said that they just went missing.
Oh, I thought it was that they don't know what happened, except that they're dead.
Oh, I didn't even catch that they mentioned that they were dead. It's just they didn't know what
Oh,
happened
they were
to
torn
them.
to pieces.
I
Well,
thought
we
that
know that now.
I thought it was at the capital we were told that they were missing,
Mm,
but when we got here,
Yes.
they were like they had found the bodies. So, and it makes sense. It is long distance for news to travel. Maybe they found the bodies after they sent word that their adventuring group had been missing for weeks, and they had been missing for weeks. But we could find out more by finding. Is it Bill, the one that found the bodies?
Yeah.
Yes, I
That's who
believe so.
Torin recommended we have as guide to find where he found the bodies.
Yeah, that's was I was hoping to ask after we get lunch.
Okay. I was just recapping. It sounded like there was need for discourse.
Right. Where are you heading to try and track down Bill?
Hopefully the bar.
Right. So
I think
you
we're going to the bar.
you head to the bar and you head on in, and there's actually quite a few people in here. It's about midday. People are stopping their work for lunch and so on.
Everybody's at the Swallow Swan today.
Yep. So quite a few people are at the Swan, as you enter, the Tom John sort of gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod, though he's not like trying to catch your attention per se. Just say, "Hey, you've entered my tavern."
Acknowledged
Yep.
presence. Yep.
Yep, as he seems to actually be serving some customers right now. And you hear the sound of a lute being strummed. Just idly in the corner is Bill, sitting down, playing his instrument.
Nim's gonna go listen to Bill.
There's not too much to listen to. He seems to be mostly tuning it right now, which actually seems to be aggravating some of the people sitting closest to him. But as you come on over, he just smiles and goes, "Oh, well, hello there, Nim. Yes, it was Nim, correct?
Yes, and it is Bill, correct?
Oh, very correct.
My great rival. How are you doing this fine day?
Oh, I am cold and achy, actually, to be honest, but sitting in here warms the bones a bit." And he sets his lute down, and you can see as he does so that his hands look a little, you know, when someone's just been gripping a lot of stuff or doing some heavy exertion, they've got that sort of slight redness.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets his lute down and sort of leans forward a bit and goes, "And what about you? What brings you here?"
Actually, we were hoping to ask you a couple things about our predecessors.
Oh, like what?
Where did you find them?
He arches an eyebrow a little bit and goes, "Who said I found them?"
Orenfell?
Tom John, can you keep my food aside for a second? Don't serve it up yet. And Tom John just lets out a sort of annoyed noise, but nods, and Bill just picks up his coat and shoves it on and goes, "Should we pop outside a sec?"
Sure.
Yeah.
Noah kind of leans into the group. I feel like I should have been a bit more tactful about that.
Yes, probably.
You do know you're an earshot when you say this.
Well,
Come along. Come along.
Actually, I'm just.
Uh-huh.
I was just saying, I'm actually probably still outside.
Yeah,
'cause
you
I
didn't
don't
want to
know
enter
about
with the
being-
Drake.
Nah.
Um,
No.
you hear some start, and anyone that's inside sees people start at the window as like the Drake is rearing up and like putting his hands against his forelegs against the building, looking in, sniffing.
I'm gonna be up there and start petting
It's big
him
tongue
on the
licking
head.
the
and-
window.
licking the
You know,
It
window.
smells the food.
Actually, not
Make
licking the
sure
window because this doesn't have glass. It's just like trying to press its face in, like the sort of crust being
little
barring.
Little snooty snoot poking in.
I'm gonna make
Sniff,
sure he
sniff, sniff.
doesn't
But
break
it's great because
anything.
looking outside, it only gets worse when you see the knoll.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Um,
actually improve the situation.
Actually, I'm curious about one thing, and this is not the GM. This is actually the Nip. Is Nami around too, or
I guess Nami's probably
Oh
with
no,
me.
yeah, Nomi's probably with you, and Nim. There are some angry sounds as Nomi is just going from table to table, like I'm stealing this potato. I am going to steal this bit of dumpling.
I cannot help the fact that all these people are being blessed with the opportunity.
Yeah, you know,
to give
nobody's swiping at the Drake or anything. Nobody's trying to shoo it away.
Everyone's getting an opportunity to give a blessing to Bahamut right now to feed my pseudo dragon.
But people are clearly aggravated by this. You actually hear somebody's gone, I thought all the bloody things went off to that merchant. But yeah,
Just gonna-
you are able to make your way outside.
I will yell on my way out, Mr. Tom John, if you could take whatever that was off my cab. I'm sorry, folks, and I'm gonna go back out.
What? Bill steps outside and looks at you, Taryc, looks at you, Drake, and goes, oh, nice dog. It's this out of out back, yeah. And he just leads you around the building, basically heading off towards this field over here. And he's probably going to stop with you around here. And as he does, he sort of pulls out a pipe. He starts, setting some tobacco into it, lights it, and just goes, so, how does your Mr. Fell know it was me that found the bodies?
Who knows? He probably has scrying or a golem told him.
Yeah, he did not
Honest-
say. He just mentioned that we might want to
Ask you,
ask you.
as we're we'd like to find.
Maybe the sister or Jennison told him. It was supposed to be between us.
Oh. Well, sorry for bringing that up all of a sudden. We were kind of hoping to actually look into what actually happened to them.
Yeah, I figured. Besides, you folks knowing is not as bad as the townsfolk knowing,
Yes.
People people have a habit of either treating you differently once they know you've seen something like that, or they get real nosy, like, and not something I particularly want. So, what are you wanting to know, huh?
Well, where exactly did you find them?
He jabs his finger out Plainsward, out in the plains.
Where? Is it like
You want me to describe where on a vast, empty nothingness I found them?
What were you doing out there in the plains?
I go out there sometimes, a bit of peace and quiet.
Do you think that there is any way you could find your way back to that spot again?
I reckon so, yeah. Are you
We could
looking
use a
for
guide.
Yeah. Right.
It might be easier than trying to get directions in a vast, empty wasteland with no landmarks.
Yes.
Hmm. You you been out there?
No.
Is-
Frankly, I got some very bad vibes the first time we came across this plains. It's not very plain, as the name would suggest.
Yeah, it's not the best place.
Is it safe during the daytime? We know that there is danger with it at night.
Relatively.
It is safer during the day.
Yeah, it's certainly safer during the day. You'll get some manner of beasts out there, and I know that there's a tribe of goblins quite some distance away, but you see them sometimes. Not quite sure how they manage to keep during the night there, but they do so. And yeah, it's safer. You'll still sometimes hear things, but that's about it. And he takes a little sort of pull of his pipe before exhaling the smoke and just going, I was born out there, you know.
Like,
You what?
No, did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's an important place to me. Feel a connection to it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Being having connections to the place where you're born is actually quite important, especially for like druids who are, well, kind of shaped by where they grow up.
It's kind of similar for kind of magic I'm into. Not quite so tied to the dirt and the trees and, you know, whatever animal feces that you come across. And he says that as a sort of a grinning jab at you, Noah.
Wounded.
But the sound of a place, the feel of a place carries forward.
that sounds wonderful. So, you were born right on the plains or like adjacent?
No, right out there. My
Your parent was pregnant and had to have it right there?
he grimaces a bit and nods. Yeah, something like that. My mother was no need for tragic stories between us. Barely talked. So I have a job, and I'm on my lunch break. If you want
What
to
is your job?
guide, he just points out back towards where you can actually hear the sound of trees being hacked and such. Same job a lot of people here have.
Trees.
Trees, yeah.
I'm
And
assuming that if we want you, we will either have to pay your wage, make do with your work boss, or cut down some trees.
Paying my wage would do it. I can settle things with my boss. He understands somebody taking a day every now and then, you know.
What is your wage?
You, well, I'll be out there with you for the day. You pay me 5 silver. We'll call it good.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
And you cover the food as well. You should bring some stuff out there to eat, you know.
Now hold on.
Is that too much?
No, I'm just kidding. That's fine.
We can do that. We might as well stop back at the tavern to pick up food
Well,
for out
we ain't
there.
gonna go now. We want to make
Yes.
sure that we have time to get back before nightfall, so we leave when it's still dark. Let the sun rise as we're heading out there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yes, this would be a tomorrow adventure, not a tonight adventure.
We
We should prep for tonight. I was thinking maybe we buy some rope and such, and I don't know what else we should do, but I don't want to get lost in the plains.
and I'm not too keen on returning to a spot where People were. It was a sight.
Understandable.
So
I would
I'm
would
gonna.
ask
Often
you.
is.
I would ask you to describe the state they were in, but I feel like that's not a very good thing to recall.
He actually sort of does a sharp exhale at that and takes another very deliberate draw of his pipe. And you can see that, like, he's clearly troubled recollecting it. He goes, it was not a good sight.
I understand that there were parts of them. Was it a significant portion of a person that was brought back, or less by a large amount?
We got what we could. Like, you gotta understand, each of them was literally torn limb from limb, decapitated, disemboweled.
The worst
We-
type of bowled.
We loaded up what we could into Corim's wagon. We had to leave the rest of the wolves, you know.
I hate to ask, but do you know if an attack like that had happened any time early before?
Let me roll him a history check, actually. He shakes his head and goes, "Not that I'm aware of, but it's not the sort of thing folk really talk openly about, you know."
Who has lived here the longest in the town?
Oh, the sister for sure.
It is the sister. I had a feeling, but didn't know if she had moved in more recently than others.
I know my grandfather. She was around when he was but a boy. I assume, you know, he's before then as well.
Okay.
So if you wanted to know if anything like this happened before, she'd probably be the one to ask. I'll tell you, it's not within recent town history at the very least.
I hate to say thank you for the knowing that, but
It is what it is.
yes.
Hey, tomorrow will be a nice experience for us, I'm sure. You'll make sure to keep me safe from any roving wolves, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
And, you know, maybe we can all get to know each other a bit better. And he's going to sort of wink at you, Iala, as he says that.
He raises an eyebrow.
I give the help action.
He winks with his other eye as well.
So he's
Oh,
blinking.
Blinks.
Yep.
Yes.
Actually, no, they're offset, so it is winking, but one.
All right. Well, if you excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy my lunch and get back to work. I'll swear things away with my boss, and I'll see you all bright and early tomorrow. You want me to come up to your keep? I know the way.
If you don't mind, we will meet you first thing in the morning. Well, we want to leave before dawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, come before dawn. We will be ready for you.
All right, then. He takes another draw of his pipe before he sort of like, you know, stuffs it out. And I'll see you on tomorrow then. And he starts heading back towards town.
Okay, so we actually have a guide.
Yes, like Dorenfell said we would.
So I guess next stop would be the I would say we go see the sister. Though we probably one of us maybe should go run the blacksmith's lunch, since we did say we'd do that.
I would offer, but I don't think.
You also all know the
Taking
blacksmith is on the way out of town. If it's the last thing you do, you know, he's probably going to be fine with that.
Okay, let's,
We'll go talk to a priestess. You want to do that? Let's do that.
yeah.
I can see the family while I am there and pay my respects.
I'm going to ask because I actually don't remember.
Mhm.
Where is the church on the map again?
It's right in town center.
It is the center one. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so you guys head back into the center of town, and the church's doors are just wide open. There's a few people in there, taking care of their own
Mommy,
little prayers. And so,
You're dropping potato. Here, no, grab it better.
Yeah.
You're dropping your potato.
tongue running over you.
Ah, ugh.
Does not try to share potato.
No, not trying to share potato. Just make sure Nami doesn't drop
Uh-huh.
it.
Um,
It's still hot. It's steaming.
as you
You
enter,
hope that's potato.
as you enter the church, I think immediately you all hear a small voice calling out and going, "Oh, Nim."
Yes.
You can actually see
Which of the whispers is it?
Daria Whisper, their daughter. She looks like she's about 13 or so. She's got her hair sort of pulled up into like a tight little braids, and she's up on one of the like, sort of, I think she looks like she was sweeping up there, essentially dusting, But she's quickly sort of clambering down with the little ad hoc ladders and such they've got. And she goes, my ma wanted to see you. She's got a couple of outfits done for you.
Oh, she did. That is really wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she got them done so quickly. We just talked about it the other day.
Well, not a whole lot else to be doing, and it's only some of the simple stuff, but
Okay, I'm going to give her. Are these common clothes? I'm assuming.
yes. Basically, you have what the first thing is just a set of like sort of common work clothes. It's just you're supposed to go out. These are get dirty. It doesn't matter too much. They'll wear hardily,
Yeah.
And the other is just a nightgown.
Oh, nice. All right. I'm going to take out a brownie slip for the equivalent of a gold piece because clothing's about 5 silver a piece.
Yeah.
So it's 2 outfits. I'll give them a brownie slip for a gold piece.
Yeah.
Give this to your mum for me.
That's too much.
No, it's not. It is going right in town.
Is it?
Like, yeah, in the big towns, it is like 5 silver for an outfit. This is a lot of money.
She looks at this. She looks at you and goes, "You know, my ma yell at me if I bring too much, right?"
I don't know what that means. Why would they yell? Would they yell
'Cause-
in joy?
No, she'd be like, "Dari, you're taking too much money from that nice, woman, and she."
All right, I will go with you and make sure that this is done. Okay, I will give them the money myself. I am going to go see the brownies. You go talk to priestess. Goodbye.
Nim finishes with the brownie, and the rest of you, you see the sister. She's
People
actually
in town not have to take money.
She's actually sort of looks like she's doing some kind of ceremony for a young couple that sort of kneel before her. Seems to be sprinkling something over them. Looks kind of like a glittery dust, and then just puts her hands over them, mumbles a few words, and then just smiles. And they stand up, bow, and hurry on out past you all, giggling to themselves. And she then catches
We're gonna have sex.
She catches your eyes, and you just see her eyebrow quirk up quizzically.
Noah kind of motions her to come over here.
Just walk over.
Wait, no. If Noah will just, she's done, Noah will just.
You're
walk up
motioning
to
the priestess to come to you. Wow, Noah.
Noah's going to walk up to her. Hello, Miss Miss Priestess. We're actually.
She
Here
gives
to
you
get her name.
a pseudo amused look, and she goes, "Sister's considered the polite term to use in this case."
Yes. So, sis, we
She just shakes her head a little bit.
we were hoping to ask you about something.
I also hope at some
If-
point you'll come here to, use the church and not just when you need me for something. And she crosses her arms.
Maybe
Well-
one day.
This is good to come and pray, your soul is important.
Other that's the name.
Yes, it's
I-
Sister Olenway.
I'll try and remember that. I find it easier to do it outside.
As long as you're showing your faith, I suppose. Then what can I do for you?
You're not busy at the moment, right? We can step step over here and motions to like the back of the church.
I'm busy a lot of the time, but it's the kind of busy you can pace out. So, what can I do for you?
We were Noah lowers their voice. We were hoping to ask you about our predecessors and like the state they were found in.
Is this just a matter of curiosity or a matter of importance?
Matter of investigation.
Hmm.
We're hoping to find out what exactly happened, and Pan is a divine figure, right?
Divine figure? What, Pan?
Yeah.
No. No.
Okay.
Pan
That
is
would
Pan
be
is a
considered
f-
all my-
fan. Pan. Actually, go ahead and give me a history check.
Noah should know this.
14. Pan is just a Fey Lord of legend. Depending on, like, religion-wise, doesn't particularly come up much. Might be mentioned a few times in some of Ilan's texts or some of Kair's texts or so on. But, yeah, not a divine figure.
Okay. We were kind of approached.
By friends the forest.
To help investigate something and retrieve something.
There's a slight furrowing of her brows, and she goes, "Children, you're going to have to be less vague. If you are suggesting retrieving something, that could be defiling a corpse to steal something from them. So I'll ask you to elaborate, please.
Well,
And who is this friend of the forest?
Noah leans in. Pan asked us to look into it.
And how is old Pan doing?
Creepy and hiding behind trees and somewhat heartbroken, it seems. At least I think it was heartbreak. He seemed longing.
Was he attached to a member of this group?
Yes, so much so that they carved a little thing in a tree near our outpost. Guild hall? Is it a guild hall yet?
I believe there's an outpost.
Okay.
I think it's
Guild
whatever you
outpost.
call it.
Whatever it is seems to be still out
guild
on the
bodega.
plains, but so we do not need readers that to
She
find the
seems to
graves,
ponder for a
is
second.
just-
She goes, then I imagine he must have been attached to either the beast folk or the servitor.
Yes. Servitor.
Well, if that's the case, then what exactly are you trying to find?
A token of his love.
Token of his love. A ring?
Noah shrugs. apparently is still somewhere out there in the plains, and we were hoping that we could locate it. But we'd like to have as much information about what exactly happened before.
We don't know what happened. They were found, and she pauses for a second and seems to hesitate and just goes, "When me and Corim found them, they were already dead, and
Uh,
Now this this might sound like really like really bad, but hold on, please. Just listen to me. Can we dig them up and do an autopsy?
she puts her hands on her hips and she goes, "Well, I wouldn't approve of it. And are you some kind of medical practitioner?"
Well, I've dabbled in the medical, yes,
You
somewhat.
find a Emorian priest to look over what you're doing, make sure their spirits are not disturbed, and I would approve of it. But if not, then no.
Oh, okay.
has anything like what seems to have happened to them happened previously here? I know you have been here quite a while.
She purses her lips and she goes, "People have died in strange ways over time.
Like what
I've
kind of strange ways? Were anyone else pinated?
Sorry, that's a player laugh. Because that description.
she's actually giving you a incredibly disapproving look.
I'm sorry.
Have some
Have-
respect for
like-
those that have passed."
Have others been died like they have, or has it been other odd departures?
She let out a little exhale, and then she just sort of like motions you to follow her into her back office. She's clearly not comfortable having this conversation out in the center of her church anymore.
Okay.
At this point, Nim,
Yes.
you can come on out. You've had a hell of a time trying to get Lilac
It's a
Whisperer.
gold piece for 2 outfits. It's what it costs a town. I looked it up.
You looked up the price of big outfits sold by big people.
I know, but we get charged the same rate in towns. People always charge us the same
By
rate.
big folk charge you the same
Yeah.
rate.
Yeah, so she's having her argument.
Yeah.
She's dying on this hill.
She will take the gold
She's not
piece,
gonna
but
stand
she
still.
also insists that she's going to prepare some other things for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're dying on anthill.
But yeah,
Die on my anthill.
you've also
Okay.
been given a small lunch bundle that she's been preparing because brownies cook in a different way than big folk because portion size and so on.
Like, we can't enjoy
Yeah.
food the same way
Yes.
because there's the layers are too thick,
Yes.
and then we don't get to enjoy it.
so
So,
a
brownie
brownie meal-
prepared meals are a lovely deal.
Yes. So you've been
I
given
got a
like
Brady
this,
lunchbox.
yeah, you've been given this sort of like just this fabric wrapped parcel of food.
Nib's actually a little choked up at this because it's
There's
like
even
whole,
like a
getting
tiny
food from
wooden
home.
plate and knife and fork tucked in there as well.
Mhm.
And she's like,
This is very much worth the money. Thank you so much.
"Oh, don't be silly. You are welcome to come by it for dinner, lunch, anytime. Okay."
Okay, I have Nami with me though, and he eats a lot, so I don't know if it's a good idea.
Well, maybe we can have Dari run to the tavern and get something for Nomi.
Nami can have their own big plate.
Yes.
That would be good. Yes.
I'm sure the sister would have some spare things for Nami as well. So you come by any time, dear. And
All right, thank you so much.
She gives
And
you
this
like a very big motherly hug.
I'm gonna hug her back. Very, very. Just it's happy to have normal people around. Because I'll be honest, that's what the way it is with the brownies and the Trixies. Is that we're the normal people, and then all of a sudden we have everybody
giants.
else. Yeah. These people that half the time don't know you're there.
Yeah. And you are able to hop up on Nami, and Nami will like flap over to the rest of the group as the sister gives you a sort of acknowledging nod as you join them and goes,
Hello, sister.
And hello there.
Did they talk to you about our bad nightmares?
Nightmare? No.
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take
I'm in the wrong part of the conversation. Sorry.
Let's take this in here, and she'll lead you all into her office. Which office is a big word for what this is. It's essentially just a little cubby room.
It's basically a storeroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a storeroom with a box that she sits on sometimes to talk to people.
There's a couple of stools in here apart from her chair, so you guys can fight over that.
Noah gets into it first.
I'm doing big dog
Taryc.
and little in lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you brought
I'm just
Don't let that loose in the church. It will eat the brownies.
the church did clear out a little when you brought the Drake inside, and she didn't reprimand you, but you could tell there was that slight thing of no in her eyes.
when we actually get into her office, I'm just be like,
Did you tell her about the angel that was in town?
What? No.
No.
Not yet.
Oh,
I
What did-
normally.
what did we talk to her about then?
They
Or,
were asking me about the slain adventuring party before yours.
Oh, the one that Bill found.
Who told you that?
Mr. Fell.
Huh. I suppose that makes sense. Okay. We did include Bill's name when we did the, message to the capital, so... Okay, as long as Corium isn't slipping up, he is awful at
do
keeping
we-
secrets.
Do we know that name? Like, have we met that person?
What, Corium?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the blacksmith.
That's the blacksmith.
No, blacksmith. Okay.
Column. It always sounds like column to me, but it's Corum.
Corium
Corum
Janison.
Janison.
Yeah.
No, it does no slip up from Corum. I did not even know Corum was involved. We only knew about the bill, but we already have conversation. I waited to catch up.
Well, your friends have requested to exhume the bodies, and I have told them that without an Emporian priest to oversee it, that will not be possible.
That would be impossible to get an Emporian priest in these circumstances, I would think.
If you travelled a few days to one of the other villages, I believe there is an Emporian priest there, a Father Tuttle.
Father Tuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is very interesting. Maybe that is something we would pursue. What were we hoping to get from exhuming the bodies?
I was hoping to look them over to see what exactly was the state of their death, but
Do you think it might have been like the Chul?
You encountered a Chul.
two of
Several
them.
Chul.
Two of them.
Yes, two.
We dispatched them.
They were in the lake.
Yes.
It was where the weird pyramid thing. It was like a obelisk made of black stone with bad writings on it.
Can you all give me an insight check?
I don't want to, but I'm gonna. You know
Oh
what?
no, huh?
I'm gonna re-roll that with one of my inspirations.
Okay. Okay,
See,
15.
15. 15's not bad.
Right.
Noah's got this though.
So, Cassian, do you actually have a disadvantage, or is it just a...
No.
Okay, so 16.
Yeah.
Right, Nim and Cassian, you will see a little slight, like she's already a somewhat pale woman. A lot of elves tend to be, but you see her pale a bit more. Noah, you actually you see recognition in her eyes at the mention of an obelisk.
Would you happen to know anything about that?
There is a nice man
and-
named Gerard, and he was attacked by the Chul, and we went out and we dealt with them, and they were in the water, and they had this weird glowing thing going underneath, and they tried to feed Cassian to it.
No, I wouldn't. I know what a troll is, of course. I have been around long enough to at least have some knowledge of things of a darker nature, but that is unusual. Do you think the site might be desecrated, might need my attention?
It is quite bad. I'm not sure how to deal with it. Are you capable of going underwater in such a way?
I can procure a tincture of some sort. It's not the easiest endeavor, but
So have
Honestly, I think the site is just dead now.
have you during your entire time here, have you never noticed the obelisk in the lake?
is it easily visible?
Well,
No.
no, I was just wondering if there were any noticed any other like activations or anything, because the way this thing activated, it should have created quite the stir a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. Sorry.
About a week and a half. Yeah.
The lake has lost a large amount of water, and
Well,
I
I-
believe it was decided some sort of impact may have caused it.
I have not been out there in months, so
But you did not
Yep.
hear the sound carry.
there was a loud sound, some time ago. I just assumed it was some trees in the forest going over or something, though.
Was it about a week and a half ago?
Roughly,
Sounds about
yes.
right. That was probably whatever was happening. The level of the lake is down about half a foot. Rather sudden.
Well, I hope that you all can watch over this and take care of anything that needs to be taken care of.
I think it might be related maybe to well, I think it might be related to our bad dream. Also, Nim looks at Noah for a long moment, and then no, never mind.
As to your curiosities about the state of their bodies, please don't mention this to anybody outside of town. Inside of town, rather.
Of course not.
You might be used to gruesome things, but people here, they get spooked easily.
Yes.
Living so close to these dangerous planes, I don't see why they wouldn't.
You have to understand that none of us are medically minded. We don't. It's not our profession. These are best guesses, just based on my own experiences. It looked to me as if they had turned on themselves.
Oh, that is unfortunate. But they were all accounted for, the whole group?
As far as we can tell, there were 6 people there.
That is very complicated for 6 people to kill each other in that same manner if they were all hitting each other, you know?
She shakes her head a bit and
It's
goes,
almost coordinated.
So there were wounds on some of them that matched weapons that others were carrying, and then they had casters, and there was clear signs of magical
Spell work.
rotting. And we think that their their cleric. They seem to have been the last one.
Mm.
And I've seen many clerical feats before. I've witnessed divine magics wrought, and I am quite certain that they called upon ancestral spirits to end themselves.
Oh.
Hmm.
Do we actually know which one who the cleric was?
You don't.
If it's not too much to ask, who was the cleric in the group?
I believe their name was Ortin Path.
Hmm.
They were a cleric of Havos.
Interesting. I am sorry to dwell on such dark things.
Yes.
I know that it has troubled poor Corim. He does a very good job of being jovial, but I regret deeply that we needed his help. I shouldn't have taken him out there. And she looks genuinely regretful.
Well,
Sometimes we all have to be tested, even those who are unwilling.
She smiles a bit at you and goes, I mean, you first saw us when we were having a very late night conversation. He's having trouble sleeping.
That is unfortunate for him. Has he been having the nightmares too?
You mentioned something about he's been having nightmares, but as far as I'm concerned, he should be.
Nightmares on what he saw.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But you say nightmares as if there's something significant.
I am of the mind that all of our dreams are very significant at this time, ever since we saw the angel.
And,
So
yeah, okay, yes, and this angel as well.
Yes, Mr. Bram.
The merchant?
Yes, it was Angel of Bahamut.
She's looking at you. Can no, I'm not even going to call for a check. Like, she's just trying to figure out whether you're
There's
dumb.
no. Unfortunately, I have a very average intelligence.
Yeah,
but I wholeheartedly believe what I'm saying.
What
No, I
makes you think...
I had a dream the night before he came that there was a city on fire. And when the city was on fire, I saw Torrenfell, but it was like young Torrenfell. He was not as he is today. He was younger. And then he ran heroically to go help people in the city. Yes. And then when I moved, a man grabbed my shoulder and I looked at him and he was Mr. Bram and he had silver eyes. And then he opened his mouth and he made squawk noise like pseudo dragon. And then I woke up. And then the next morning, there is Mr. Bram. And he is pulling things out of thin air like they are not even magic. He just not. I know what the magic looks like. That was not magic. He just made things happen. And it was like nobody knew. And then he gave me the book on
Okay,
Lorne. And
Nim,
then he told me
don't
I
need
really
to-
liked brownies. And I really like. And then can
you give me a persuasion check? And if any of you are like nodding, affirming this, you can have advantage.
I will nod at when she starts talking about
20.
pulling stuff out.
Well, I certainly believe that you believe this. And
he gave me a big book on Bahamut, and then the pseudo dragon bonded with me, and I didn't bond with it. It bonded with me, and I mean it like magically bonded with me. So it's not. I did not.
She looks
I
at
did
Nami
know.
when you say that, and then she just sort of leans back in her chair a bit and goes, "Well, I've encountered an angel before, and
Were they as sexy as Mr. Bram?
She seems to think on that for a moment and just goes, she was relatively attractive, perhaps, but she was also quite clearly an angel, so I don't know.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
if it
You
is...
think maybe I just be tricked?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm just mulling it over. Angels are wonderful beings. They are messengers of the divine, but it's really a good thing if they show up.
No, that is why I've been concerned. It is very concerning when, like, if there's any kind of divine intervention going on. And then we were having this. Well, I see. Me and was it you, Cassian? You had scary dream.
Yeah, a lot of us did.
Yeah, the dream of colored crystals, and some of them had gone
Yes.
dark, and they had like feelings to them. And there was one that had
I
like a
didn't sleep.
feeling of music and such to it, and it was flickering like something was wrong. And then somebody was calling help. There were like 5, 6 crystals. Yeah,
5.
but 5 crystals.
She actually,
Yes, you know.
she says 5, and you see her closing her eyes as she says that.
Yes, I've had this nightmare, and then the next morning we go speak with Pan, and we talk to Pan about things, and Pan very upset about their beloved they had pact with, and
she settles her
we
head
talked
into
about
her
the cave,
hands.
and then we talked about other stuff, and Pan want part of them is out there.
Can you tell me what
and
the
this is
state of
not
these
good.
crystals were?
The
Two dead, 1 flickering, 2 going.
yes.
But damn it.
Does that
One
sound
had
familiar?
kind of like an infernal feel to it, and one had kind of a celestial feel to it, I think.
My mother was of malady. Not many from your lands know this. This land is considered accursed. Was thought to be unlivable before your regent settled here. But there were people here, you know. Malady's famous for travellers not returning from long before, but there were people here. My mother, when I was little, she told me stories from her youth about 5 great forces coming together to make a pact and steal something away.
Like what kind of thing?
She sort of rolls her shoulders a bit and goes, she never really described it beyond it being something not of our world. Some great force of evil that even the infernal and the aberrant feared.
Yes, their
Oh.
seals have been broken, I believe. The infernal and the aberrant. Which I think the aberrant might have been the one down in the cave? Or in the water, in the lake?
Water?
And the
That sounds
infernal maybe was the cave? I don't know.
I'd like another persuasion check from whoever wishes to elect to be the one doing it. This is wearing her down. This is like getting her to open up.
I have a +4.
I have a +4.
There's the abyssal and the necromantic that are
One
dead.
moment. Persuasion check.
Yep.
Mhm.
I've got +6.
Plus
Then
6.
You should probably
Right,
do it.
go ahead and do it with
better bonus
advantage
than me.
because Nim and Nora could be. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
She seems to be on edge, and she just taps her fingers and goes, "I was. How did it go?" And she closes something, and most of you, I don't think, have seen an elf beyond her, like an actual, elf. But there's just that look on her face of like something very old trying to remember something very long ago. And she goes, it used to be a rhyme. I can't remember it. I just... If too many of those things go out, I know it's bad. They created a seal greater than it needed to be to assure that even if one fell, the others would hold.
Mhm.
Because what madman does a seal, that is the only measure, right?
Mhm.
But she told me of a great race of death that forced one of their own to be a ward. The aberrant things from beyond, they promised that they would uphold their own seal, that they would, as long as they were permitted to do what must be done, they would hold. The Celestials, they did something, she never knew what. The Infernal, they made their own guarding, something that used their own powers to... She shrugs his shoulders. And the Fae, they promised a ward of their own, one carried forward through the power of what they were, through music and emotion.
I think that word is in danger on the plains right now. Maybe I am wrong. I do not know many things of what is going on, and I know there are many secrets going on. But I think it is in danger, and I am worried for it. We are going to try out to go in the early morning. Bill is coming with us, and we are going to go see what we can find.
He's willing to go back out there.
Yes. Bill is a good man.
She
He is a worthy rival.
she shakes her head and just leans back and goes, he is a sinful man, I'll tell you that, but he's kind at the very least.
There is nothing wrong with sin in a person. It means they have lived their life.
She purses her lips briefly, and you see her wrapping her fingers on her desk, and she just goes, I will confess that I was troubled by how unfazed he was.
He didn't seem that unfazed to us.
No, he did not. He seems quite troubled. Maybe he is putting on very good brave face, but
Oh,
he is not in a happy place for this, and it is not kind to remember.
then perhaps I saw wrong, and that is my mistake.
Emotions show differently for different people. Maybe he was just trying to not show it for you and the blacksmith, just to try to help.
Mood.
She gives you all an appraising look, and I'm gonna roll. Where the fuck is my
What
D20 gone?
Good luck. Good
It has
luck,
been
man, with your
consumed
dice.
by the desk.
She just looks at you all and she goes, I'm quite old, and I have gotten, I hope, good enough at reading people that what I saw was a man trying to seem like he was troubled when he was not.
It might be. You might have a stronger insight on the person's mind than I do.
But I am not flawless. Apparently your dreams are telling you that this Mr. Fell is some great hero, and it seems I have misjudged him myself, so do not take my word for
never
anything.
know. You'll never know. As I have said, I love Bahamut very much. They are a good god, and I want to serve them well, but also Bahamut is a meddler, and you never know what path they are leading you down.
Only a good path, and she puts her hands together, but it's in that way of a priest, like, try not to offend a god, rather than
Nim tilts her head. You can be nice, or you can be good. They are a nice god. They are well-meaning god. That is way to say it. Yes.
Far
We
be
are
it
not
for
the
me
ones
to
who pick the
question
paths.
their paths and methods.
True. I have a question though.
Please.
So Pan said that they could not talk about the cave because of a pact with you.
She, there's just a look of annoyance on her face of like, fucking Faye, why is it revealing?
So it
That's
seemed
supposed
like
to
if
be dead thing.
if it's supposed to be something, that happened very, very long time ago and you barely remember, maybe, why is it that you and Pan have agreement about it? You cover up for your mom, or you were there?
She, yeah, how is she going to react to this? I think. Actually, give me. You can choose between either persuasion or intimidation.
Am I an intimidating person? Am I? It's the same roll.
Then how do you want this to be read?
I don't know. Blackheart, what do you think this is? Is this intimidation or persuasion?
It depends how you're trying to do it. I mean,
It's persuasion.
It's persuasion?
Nim
Okay.
Nim views threats as a persuasion chat tactic.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thing. I'm gonna give my other. I'll give my other inspiration for this.
Much
yeah,
better.
That's better. Yeah.
All right.
No more inspirations for me.
She narrows her eyes before she just lets out a low sigh and goes, "Truly, it was my mother before me, but some of these wards need to be upheld. I gave up a lot to do so. I was a true cleric at one point, you know."
I did not know that. But it does not seem to me that you have stopped being one.
I know exactly what cave you're talking about, and I had hoped that when you mentioned your finds and what you had been doing, that it was a different one. False hope, I suppose. But yes, me and Pan had been out there before, and we did what needed to be done to make sure those wards held, and you released...
Undid all that. Yes, I understand. There's a problem. What did we unleash?
That gem contained a ancient, very ancient lich, one that was condemned by his own peers. One deserving of imprisonment. And one whose essence was supposed to be one of the wards. You have to understand the wards that me and Pan were upholding was simply to protect what they had done.
So, was wards of the wards?
But I know that Pan himself was one of the pact keepers for the original pact. He has his own ward to maintain. And I don't mean one of our little defensive ones, one of the actual
wards, which is why he wants us to find what's still out in the plains. I don't know if it's
He never told me what his ward is, but I swear to the Defiant, if he has just let it go into the hands of an adventurer to be upheld, then that is reckless beyond belief.
Sounds very fake. Sorry, Noah.
No, it does. That's why I'm saying to be careful when dealing with them and not to, just be careful around them.
Pan is not a good being. It's not a bad being either. And she does look to you as well, Noah, almost apologetically. Pan truly is a fae through and through.
Uh, I really can't argue with that. I know what my blood is, and I understand. That's why I'm so careful about it. That's uh, all the stories my mom told me about my dad. Yeah,
But Pan is also grandiose. They like to make big displays of things, and if you have their favor, it is a wonderful thing. If you don't, then I would not be anywhere near any woods. You've
Always.
talked to them, yes?
Yes.
Did you make some kind of bargain with them?
I told them that I would do my best if I find the vessel to return it to Pan.
3 times.
I did say it 3 times because I said it and I felt I would uphold that. I would do everything in my power to try to get it back to them if I were able to find it. But I don't know if I will be able to find it.
Then she's pulling out a quill and a piece of paper, and she starts scribbling. It's like, then, as much as I'm sure Bill can lead you, I would like to give you some assurances of what you're looking for, okay?
Yes.
Well, that would be really handy.
And she's going to, she basically starts to write out some directions and basically landmarking to look for. And the final landmarking, Cassian, Noah, looks very familiar.
Oh, hey,
Oh no.
wait a second. I've seen this before.
It's where that stupid plant is, isn't it?
It looks like that same formation.
2 birds, 1
Well,
stone.
we might be able to save one of the wards and make 50 gold off of it.
Best
Ah.
outcome.
Yeah, she just quirks an eyebrow.
Uh,
The local
Uh.
healer wants seeds from the plant that grows within the cave.
Huh.
apparently there's a legendary cure-all out there.
And he asked you to get it?
Yeah, he wants seeds of the golden
Perhaps that's why
cry.
they were out there.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. He did ask them to do it.
Well, that potentially answers one question that's been on my mind at least.
Why they
Which
went
is
out.
why they were out there.
Yes. It's not a place you should be going under any normal circumstance. You asked
It
me
would
if there
almost
had
be
been
really
strange
funny if
deaths,
that
and
plant was actually the thing.
people have died out there before under unusual circumstance. This adventuring group's demise was certainly the most extreme and disconcerting example I've seen, but many people have wandered out there and seemingly committed suicide. Others have wandered out there and we never see them again. But there have been a few that she looks uncomfortable, like going into description. She just sort of like reaches up and like touches her, like just below her eye and go, "Who wander back missing things?"
Like physical things or
Like they have
metaphorical
torn
things?
their own eyes from their heads.
Oh, very physical things.
That is not good.
In my long time here, I have seen people who have seemingly skewered their own eardrums. I have seen people bite off their own tongue. I have.
It sounds like you have seen many horrors, sister.
She just gives a tired nod.
Try not to think of them too much. It is all right.
Why do I have this feeling
I don't know what is your feeling.
that all these deaths out in the plains, the attempts to cause people to commit suicide, self-mutilation. It sounds like it could be a geese. And it could be weaved into the protection of the wards that to keep people from trying to find them. If they happen to go out there, it
What?
drives them to madness and ends them.
He just
And those are-
shrugs and
And
just
itself.
it's as good as guess as
know-
any.
I know they're pretty foul, but don't never met geese that were that dangerous.
Please
almost wonder-
consider this.
Geese. It's a
Okay.
compulsion spell.
I almost wonder
No.
if maybe it
But-
is possible that it is the soul's way of fending off something invading it. You try to preserve who you are by ending yourself before it can take control. Maybe, and the people that don't come out lose that battle. The people who die choose to end it before they are lost truly.
You can
but-
see the like the very very faint hairs on like the sister's arms and so on. Like they just raise a little bit. You see her shiver, and it's a disconcerting thought.
Think about the traveling book you received from Bram, right? It was Lorn Seeker, Corin Lorn Seeker, was it?
Yeah, I'm still going through the book, and
Yes, and I have documents on Lorn they gave me, and it says that Lorn.
Noah,
not-
just on your passive perception, the sister seems very uncomfortable in this moment.
The Lorn is
you should-
not bad.
Wait, we
and
gave her
may-
enough
but Lorn-
information. Hey, wait,
Oh.
no, we can.
Okay,
This.
sorry, I won't talk about Lorn. That I don't think that. Oh.
You have a book about Corin?
yes.
How do you have a book about Corin?
Angel.
I got it from Brahm.
Meddling defines, and she actually seems to curse under her breath when she says that.
You know, Torrin said the exact same thing. Only
He
it was
cursed
more
at
like,
my
you
pseudo dragon.
bastard, I got you.
Whatever you read, my brother was not a bad man, okay?
What?
Oh,
They didn't say that they were bad men. We thought they were close to helping us figure things out, so they seem like they know things.
How
being
far
your-
have you read?
Brother's a new one.
Not much. I haven't gotten a lot of time to actually stop and read.
spoilers?
Just remember that as you go forward, okay?
What was that?
Do you want our documents after we are done reading them?
No, I know his story.
Okay. Well, this is awkward as heck. You know, I want to go and buy a nice lunch for the blacksmith and go have a meal, and I need to go pray a lot right now. That would be good. Okay.
Do give Corin my regards and tell him I'll see him tonight, okay?
Of course.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
How late
you
is the
were
church
open at
open?
shop.
I like to keep the doors open all of the time. I don't need to sleep much, and sometimes people need aid at the late hours.
Maybe I will be back around dinner time. I was invited by the Whispers, so I can use your shrines.
Of course.
Uh,
Also, I'd like you to know you're making the Whispers very happy. We talk and they get on with the townsfolk, but it's different, you know. They're very pleased to have you here.
That is good to have them. How long have the Whispers been in town?
Oh, the Whispers, they are, I think, third generation. Yes, their grandparents travelled here.
Were there more brownies back then?
Yeah, she gives you a sad smile. A few more.
Mm.
But was not the safest place and still isn't. There's a reason they stay inside a lot.
Yes. Well, hopefully more will immigrate to town.
We can hope. With adventurers like you helping us push the frontier, I'm sure this will be a safer place eventually.
Hope so. Sister, I apologize for bringing the new Drake. He was just born today, and I did not feel that it was good to leave him without me for now. But I will try to not have to bring him in here next visit.
It's fine. I love cleaning the floors here.
Insight
That's
check
Drake's
to
just
see if
like,
that was
lick,
passive
lick,
aggressive.
lick.
It might not have been aggressive, but it was certainly sarcastic. No, it is a pretty creature. Just perhaps wipe off its feet before you come in next time.
Will do.
Right, and she stands up.
I am
And
gonna scuttle out.
I should attend to people, so if you'll excuse me.
Thanks.
And she'll
Thank you,
usher you out
sister.
of her office, and she'll bid you good day.
On the way out, I'm going to do a quick mental check of where the Chorus. Because I think there was one in here, wasn't there?
But
You
what?
said they were all Chorus altar.
Oh yes.
Right.
I'm
just doing a quick little note of where it is.
I'm not going to order
Yeah,
these shrines
That's
of
right.
madness.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just doing a little check mark of where it is, so
Yes.
I know for next time.
Yes, it is there. It's definitely like one of the less attended to ones you can see. There are clearly like a couple of candles. It does get offerings, it seems, but it's not massively visited. Presumably, there is probably a town hunter or so on that.
Sometimes
gonna
somebody
say-
goes to town or goes out hunting and goes,
Yeah.
I could
They
use just a
hit there
little bit of
first.
luck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it does feel less like the active worship and more like I need the favor today.
The favor of the day.
Okay, all right. You can all head out of the chapel unless you want to stop and do your prayers. You know.
I will stop by. I'm going to hit the blank altar, and I'm going to hit the Bahamut altar.
Go punch the altars. You might.
Okay.
Actually, you won't break them.
What are you going to pray at the blank altar?
I'm praying, to myself. I'm
Mhm.
not out loud.
Mhm.
I'm going to pray. Great Lorne, I know nothing of you other than the little bit that I have read, but it seems that you are kind, and I hope that you will smile your kindness upon me and my friends and keep us from being lost.
Okay.
Because that's about as much as I know about them.
Okay.
And and then I'm gonna go over and do a proper Bahamut prayer of yeah.
For proper like you've been reading the Bahamut book, right?
Mhm.
At the Bahamut altar, you have to end your prayer with clapping.
With what?
Oh, it didn't come through. Clapping.
It didn't come through.
Yeah,
Clap.
you have to.
God.
All right, Nim starts clapping at the end of it and looks really, really confused why she's doing it, but this is what they do apparently.
Wow.
God.
Yes, 4 short claps are the official endings to a prayer to Bahamut.
Yep.
Since Nim is stopping over to do, I will actually stop over with Saeed over at the chorus and do a quick prayer thanking for one Saeed, because I now have a friend and myself.
Chorus, you know that you are supposed to leave a trophy from your last hunt.
I'll be honest,
Do you have anything on
I
it?
was just saying I probably have.
You say you tend to carry bones with you, so
Yeah, so I probably have either bone or antler from it. Probably antler if it was a scissors
want to leave a
stag.
bit of antler.
Yep.
All right.
What would you need for a Tiamat?
For a Tiamat?
Right. Yeah.
Tiamat, I think.
I hear Matt. I'm sorry.
I think Tiamat is. Oh, that's a good question.
It's probably based on your aspect, so I think
Well, yeah, yeah.
Like,
I think.
I think like if it's your emotion, maybe a quiet truth of how you're feeling.
Yeah, I think it's an admittance if you're focused on the emotional aspect of Tiamat, which I think you wanted the empathy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a bearing of true emotion.
Okay. Um, uh, he is going to go to the time. Does Time Mat have their own altar or
Yeah, there is a
would
time at altar here.
okay?
It is
And
right. It is right between the Bahamut and Morgani altars.
okay.
So you'd probably
She's
be
going.
praying next to Nim at a point.
Yeah.
I'll be
She's just
clapping
going.
next to you.
She's going to
It's
kneel
not anything
down.
rude that I'm doing. I'm just clapping because I have to. Don't get mad. I'm not doing this because you bent down and it was a great sight. I just, I'm clapping.
um, she's going to kneel and just um pray to herself as well, just quietly in her head. Um, eh, eh, Thank you, Tiamat, for watching over us, and I admit that I am rather nervous about going into the uh, the plains tomorrow. There is much to discover out there, but many have died already.
So
Please keep watching over us as we just go through travail through these unknowns, and may we return safely.
So is Iala in her heart and her mind admitting there is a bit of fear?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Right, you do that.
she'll at least admit it to her gods.
Yeah. Cassian, are you going to do any prayers or are you just going to watch these people?
He's not going to do any prayers
Okay.
in front of people.
What about you, Noah?
Noah would feel weird praying at an altar since they prefer to do it outside. It
Mhm.
doesn't feel like it makes sense that
Well, you worship Lalasil, don't you?
yeah, but
That's not a nature god, though, so you could do a prayer inside and that would make sense.
yeah, but they still do all their praying outside because it feels like that they can be seen better out there.
It's a personal belief.
Hmm.
Okay. Right.
The
In that case,
Ingrids.
Noah and Cassian, you're sort of hanging back a bit while everyone else attends to these altars. But eventually you gather up and head on outside. What do you guys want to do?
Who
Are we
wants to
going to
dig
get
up a
this
body?
meal?
No.
Like,
That's
if you're
not
doing that,
the
I'm going to the tavern. I am out of here. I'm not even staying for this conversation. I'm just going.
Just kidding. Jeez. Everyone gets so touchy.
Didn't sound like kidding.
Let's see. So, I'm guessing we're going to have. Well, I'm going to try and do as much preparation for the death fields tomorrow. What would we even need? Can I even carry? I am
I
not.
mean, they're planes. There's not a whole lot to
Yes,
prepare for planes.
except these planes end up with people becoming sashimi. So I am going to need to find out ways to prevent that. If they turn on each other, I wonder if that has something to do with minor. So it kind of trails off as they start muttering to
Uh,
themselves.
Nim, you mentioned that we should get some more rope.
What? I was a little farther away because I started walking.
So you're like 5 feet ahead of us.
Yes, I am. I'm like 5 feet ahead. I mean, I start
Uh,
walking, but I still have a shot here.
yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned picking up some more rope.
Yes, I was thinking maybe we could make a rope line with pittons or stakes or something, help guide us back.
we might want to find how far out it is.
I don't know. I
'Cause
am not good at
Distances.
oh,
It's that being
that was hurtful. I meant
I'm
mapping new
sorry.
areas.
Um,
I assume though that the Morab would know best how to mark out discovery areas so people know what is safe and where is path.
Well, yeah, but also, I'm less familiar about planes. As we're not really going to be bringing anything large. I think we could make like waystones or like markers out of. We can try it. Like maybe flags. You can
But
carry like a bunch of poles, right, Taryc?
I could, yes.
You also essentially have a beast of burden.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
just
want to call Cassian that.
Wow.
wow. We could always see if there is somebody in town with maybe a cart we could try to drag. They had to take a cart up that way. So
Yeah, so there's that idea.
maybe something some people can pull or push, something small, but again, you don't have to be too crazy.
The plow. We will plow our way there.
We could get shovels maybe or something like that. Maybe we could dig holes or make marks in the earth. I don't know. It is ground, right? So,
Yeah,
but
that's what
anything that would help us not lose our way. That's why I say maybe like stakes and rope, because you could put wood down and then tie rope between, and then when you find the rope, you lead it back.
that's what I was suggesting about uh flags of tall poles and flags. So since it should be relatively flat, we should be able to see these markers at a longer distance.
That seems like a very good idea. Do you think there is somebody in town that would have tall poles we could use?
Uh, let's let's go ask the carpenter if they have like a bunch of poles. I mean, we just got spears for Taryc. They should have like poles somewhere.
Holding up the
Perhaps.
I still have those over my shoulder.
Well, it doesn't mean that they have a lot of them, though, but it is a good idea
Mm.
to see what wood things they have. Maybe we can carry and
And
we could
then,
make marks.
is there a cloth here, or where do you get cloth here? We can buy like I don't know sheets or something, some sort of cloth that we can make makeshift clouds out. Did I just say clouds? Flags.
You said clouds. Your head is always in the sky.
I was thinking because they're both white. I was thinking about white cloth because probably dyed cloth would be more expensive.
Actually, white cloth
one
is
thing
going to be expensive because you have to bleach it to.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll be
then
natural colors. It'll be
It's
kind
still
of
cheaper than
off-white.
some types of dye, though.
Mm.
But it's
But there
yeah.
are types of dye that are less expensive than white cloth would be. So basically, you probably just see what colors they have and what's cheap.
The only thing I am concerned about is how far from wherever we start into the plains this might be. That is the concern with these. If you meant like tie rope from where we start and have an entire rope length, that might be a lot of rope, or a little
Well,
bit
I
of
mean,
rope.
I was thinking that when we get to the plains, maybe we use ropes between uh, long distance from when we start having not enough stakes. Um, Also, I don't know. Rope is usually like reusable, and I like the idea of it, but I'm not married to thought. I did not wish to get into a committed relationship with rope. I am not opposed to it in the bedroom, but it is, it's also an expenditure.
would it just be thread in your case?
I was going to use actual rope, for big folk, and I could run on it. Easy terrain.
So anyway, flags seem like the best option.
Well, you are the Morab. You will decide how this goes. I am going to go eat lunch at the tavern.
Okay, you go do that. I shall go find Sticks. Someone that is stronger than me, please come with me so that way they can be delivered and me not having to drag whatever we find. I am very small and tiny.
Okay, I think literally the only strength-based character
Chris
has
is me.
just been volunteered.
Yep, I was just your turn. Someone please remember to go bring the blacksmith his lunch. We don't want him waiting too long. I guess I will go.
Your Drake is also letting out a hungry bray at
Yeah.
you.
I'll take the sandwich out and I'll head back to our
We
hall
haven't
and-
gotten a sandwich yet.
Well, I'll go get the sandwich and then take it back.
Yeah.
Do we know where the carpenter is?
Yes.
Just gonna look at.
Which one? Which one do you want? You know, there was
Oh,
one
there's
that dealt
multiple.
with finer things, and there was one that dealt with like more like basic furniture and building.
I think
Probably
they
base
building one.
Okay, yeah.
one.
You know where they are because you've had them come out to the keep. So yes.
No, if you want to start heading that way, I should grab something for Saeed before they decide to. A child might be tasty. I will
Excuse
meet
me?
you there.
Oh, right.
They're
Oh,
hungry.
right. Oh.
The small
way
one
your
is hungry.
inflection got me confused, but okay, I shall go start on that.
Okay, I will
For
meet you.
a bonus inspiration. Because this is totally me going, I'm testing players and not, oh, I've lost this part in my notes. Does anyone remember the name of the carpenters? Either one.
My pages here. That's today's notes.
Was Wood Person 1 and the tree
Wooden
cutter.
person.
No.
You know, one of the things I thought was kind of funny was the thought of since this is a woodcutting town, the brownie husband having a woodcutting job, and he's out there cutting trees with the rest of
He's
everyone.
pruning the little twigs off it. Right, if nobody has it, we're going to tactfully avoid the name until I can go back and listen to that recording.
Okay.
Right, so yeah, you head off to see the woodworker, which she is half elven, and you are able to. So she has some poles. What kind of length of pole are you looking for? Because this is something you want as a sightline thing, right?
Yes.
So
So-
it would be like 7 feet, right?
Yes. Or if 10-foot poles, if they have them.
10-foot poles is doable. They have only like about 8 of these laying around already made. But she she goes, how many are you needing?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. I'd like. I think 15 would be like a good number. That
No, go ahead and give me a survival check.
survival.
Okay, so I'm going to give you this. You need a lot with the distance you're going to have to cover, and if you want to keep these as a tightline thing, you're going to need like about 40 or so, and that is like peering into the distance to see them.
This is why I didn't want this is why the rope idea I shot down.
Yeah, it would also be a lot of rope.
That's right, Brian, because I'm like 50 foot of rope for the amount that we need to cover.
Like, you guys are covering
I was actually.
miles of
I'll be
distance.
honest. Out of character, what I was really thinking was that we'd use the rope for units of measurement for how far we want to go between poles. That way we go, oh, there's a pole here, and then tie two
But
ropes
it
together and
depends
go
what
about
you're trying
100
to
feet and then do
achieve.
one.
If
But it doesn't like.
If you're trying to use these to actually like lay out, this is how far you're traveling, that's one thing. If you're just trying to do them as like look for the pole, that is your way back, then you don't need to be exacting in the placement.
Yeah, I was going. I was just thinking, making sure that we remember to put down another pole because you can get up going a long way and then go. I can't see the previous pole anymore. You know. But I also have no idea how it's going to work on the planes, so I was just like spitballing.
Yeah, we
I was
have
like,
no
well,
idea
what?
how far we're going to go.
So how many are you needing, huh?
What I'd want probably a lot, but I think is 20 possible? Then that would I need them mainly for markers, and that should do us.
Well, if you need them for markers, they don't need to be, poles exact, right? Just posting.
Yeah.
If you don't mind it being a bit rough, worn, and so on, yeah, we could do 20 easily.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be dug into the ground, hung cloth off of, basically.
Yeah, I should be able to do you 20 easy then.
Excellent.
When do you need them by?
Does tonight work?
Tonight.
Too much. Because, or at least tomorrow morning.
Well, we're gonna leave before sun up, so.
Yeah.
Listen, if you are willing to pay some more, I can get a couple of extra hands on it. It's going to cost you though.
Yeah, I'm probably going to dip into that because I'd rather be safe about this. Yeah, you have yourself a deal. I will pay extra for expedience.
That's how much.
How much would that be?
1 second. She goes, 20 of these. You needing more, or is it 20 good enough?
And 20 should work for us.
Okay. In that case, hire a couple of extra hands for the day. You want them by tonight?
Yes.
Call it 5 gold pieces, and we'll get your rush order done.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Give me a second. If goes into their coat. Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5. Here you go. Up front.
She looks a little surprised. She takes the money from you and then goes, "You infantry types really don't haggle, do you?"
Well, I just consider it a tip for some really fast work. I'm not used to bartering, no, but
I ain't gonna complain. Yeah, we'll get you your polls done by tonight.
hopefully I'm just paying out of for goodwill.
You've earned my goodwill. I'll tell you that. You come back just before. You know when supper time is, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Give us a bit of extra time, and maybe I can whip you up a few extras for what you're paying, because it's a lot. So come back a
See?
couple of
Goodwill's already paying off.
Just come back before around 10.
Okie dokie.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
She just nods and she actually starts putting on a coat because she's going to go get some people. All right, I'll see you tonight then.
Thanks.
All right. Okay.
And the carpenter was never seen again.
The rest of you can go have lunch at the tavern. Are you eating your prepared food, Nim? Or are you saving
Yes,
that?
and I am gonna eat my prepared food because I'm hoping to go to the Whispers for dinner tonight. And I am going to buy a hearty meal for Nami.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Tom John doesn't seem bothered by the fact you're eating your own food in here. As long as you're buying something, it's all good. Yeah.
I'm also gonna buy another bottle of cheap wine while I'm here.
All right. If all of you pay 5 copper pieces, you can get a decent meal and drink here.
How much am I paying to get? Am I paying another 5 for Said?
Maybe.
So for Said, depends. Do you want Said to have a meal your size or a meal fit for Said? What are you asking for?
It'd be one for Said because I'm actually.
In that case, if you're wanting to feed Said, he doesn't have like what would be considered a nutritionally appropriate meal or anything, but he can give you a fitting little lunch for Said for the price of 2 silver.
So how much were we?
Basically, Said is you are paying 2 silver, 5 copper to feed you and Said.
That's it. Okay.
Which Said is basically being fed some of today's stew in a bucket. If you want a cheap bottle of wine, if you pay 2 silver pieces, you get a decent little bottle.
Yep. I buy a bottle of wine and make sure Nami has a good meal. So
yeah, and if people want to grab lunch for Corium, it's another 5 copper, and you can either get Corium a sandwich made up, or you can actually just get him a bowl of stew. Tom John will want the bowl returned. Not immediately, just make sure it comes back.
I'll get them both.
Okay, right. So you pay a silver piece, and you get Corium a sandwich and a bowl of stew.
Yep.
Right.
And I'm going to wander back towards the guild hall at this point.
Okay. All right. So you all sort of depart. Noah returns to you all, and Noah can pick up something to go if they want.
I'm gonna pick up a sandwich to bring back for Torrenfell.
Okay, lovely. And today's sandwich it's just like some cured salted ham and some tomatoes and grated carrot. And we all gather up and start heading
Me
back.
and Nami on the way back are gonna make a little loop to drop the wine bottle off in an appropriate spot in the woods.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can easily divert before heading into the thing. So you give Corium a sandwich and stew as you go on by. He thanks you all profusely.
Don't forget to return the bowl.
I will do. Yes, of course.
And the sister says she's probably going to be by tonight.
His face lights up. Oh, really? Oh, I will tidy up some.
Enjoy.
He gives you all a hearty wave, and you are able to drop the bottle off at the offering spot. Anyone else leaving any offerings?
Unfortunately, didn't think to grab any this time. So,
okay.
We'll have to remember for next time.
And an offering is left, which is good. And you'll head on in, and Torrenfell is actually he's let me swap our maps. And we'll swap scenes so people can see. Torrenfell is actually at this building right now, outside. He has his 2 golems with him, and is actually just having them, like, they are scraping some, like, there's been, like, a build-up of, like, lichen moldy, surfacing on this. And they're just, like, scraping it off with little blades. Well, big blades, but, And as you're sort of wandering, he waves to you all and starts wandering around himself and goes, "Oh, how went your morning?"
We brought you a sandwich.
Oh, it was very kind of you. Thank you. He'll take the sandwich from you, and he lifts like the top layer of bread, picks the tomatoes out, flicks them aside, which normally dives down. And devours those, and he just starts eating as he's walking. Seems to be gripping a lot better now.
Heart, screw these raw tomatoes, get rid of them.
Yeah, which he seems to be like. His hands seem a lot more dexterous today. And he goes, "Well, I thank you kindly for that. And did you find Bill?"
Yes, Bill is going to come by right before dawn. Then we will take off into the plains.
Oh, marvelous, marvelous. Well done.
Make the best of our time so that we are there only in daylight as much as possible.
Yes, that is a good idea.
So, unfortunately, other things we learned. That gem should have stayed where it was.
No, why?
There's something really bad that's been sealed out here, and that gem was one of the pieces that was powering the seal.
No. Sealing the seals. It was outside of the seals, remember?
No, that gem was one of the seals.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was something that led to the original wards.
No, what she was referring to as the protection of that ward was essentially the Fey puzzle to get into that cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, that is one of the wards gone.
Okay.
Which Torinfel pauses, lowering his sandwich, and goes, "Oh, blast! There was no mention anywhere that this was anything of importance other than just sealing a horrendous thing."
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. From what I'm gathering is there were very few people who knew about this to prevent information of it getting out to keep people from probably trying to screw with it.
It's a double-edged sword. Secrecy
it's
can be
very
a
much.
guard, but if I had
And
known,
the
I would have
obelisk?
found some other means.
And the obelisk was another part of that warding spell.
Yes.
The Chu were there to actually grab someone, sacrifice them to power that it's part of the ward.
Very distasteful, really.
It is. But as we were informed, the Abyssals stated so long as they were allowed to do what they needed to do, they would keep their part and keep their seal going. And we stopped them from doing what they needed to do.
I suppose one of the other parties was undead. She would not be too bothered about this.
That would seem to be the case.
If that was true and stuff happened a week and a half ago, the fools wouldn't have done anything while we were there with what they were doing.
I think the obelisk blew away the detritus that had gathered up around it. And this is just hypothesis. It blew away the material, probably shot it out of the water, which caused the entire lake to drop, which allowed air to move in, which caused the thunder crack. And the Chu woke up and were waiting for someone to be properly alone that they could just grab quietly and sacrifice and then go back to sleep.
Thinking the ward can be reactivated.
I don't think so. I think it activated when it needed to be charged again, when it was critically low. And they had been waiting. They spotted their victim just before its ward was to fail. And their pick got spooked. We show up. The one decides, hey, maybe I can just grab one and run. And it found out that we're a little bit more than it could handle by itself. And then we went right to them. And they tried to dump me in there to repower it.
Even if the ward could be reactivated, the cost of doing so...
It's gruesome.
It is a lot to ask to sacrifice a soul to such a thing. And you do not
We
know
might
the
have to
outcome.
do more than
you guys had talked to him about your dreams of these gems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He frowns a little bit and goes, which begs the question, this is a pact made between 5 powers, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For the celestial part to allow for such a thing to happen.
whatever they buried is dangerous.
For the fact that the aberrants to work together uh, with the other
Honestly,
races
any.
in itself, to work with anything,
Yes.
I
I
feel like
mean,
is a big concern.
honestly, any of these working with the others shows
It is not unheard
something.
of for the Fae and the Celestial to make an alliance.
The Fae make the
But,
most sense out of any of them. The only one they would be particularly loathsome of are the aberrations, but
Yes.
Well, then you
Yeah.
also have the Celestial and the Fiends working together to stop this, and that should happen.
no,
I
it
mean-
is a strange thing, but it also depends what fiendish powers.
I mean, isn't out of character springs from acting stupid? That's hell, right?
Yes.
So that'd be Lauren, or is that the other one? I can't
Lorne
think of.
is considered to be the Queen of Hell. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a god of the fiends of hell. I mean, so they make sense working together in some way.
It would mean that the gods would have to be involved on some level if the Celestials are involved. So, yeah, maybe.
It
That
would
put
also
them
be
in
good to
pressure.
understand exactly what level these decisions were made on. Was this an angel and a devil deciding this, or was it in
Or is
fact
it higher?
a god?
Was it a group? Was it a group of very
Well-
secretive people? Also, is it really whatever it is all that dangerous, or was it just like, I am only going to speak heresy. I am gonna not
Well-
talk heresy right now.
Speak
We-
heresy.
we-
It's
We know
I was
one
just
level.
going to say that, sometimes certain people in the divine pantheon like to manipulate other people into doing things and like to play little tricks on other angelic hosts and maybe lead them into doing things. And what if this was a really funny thing and the Mirror Angel got in on and thought it would be great to make all these different people of different causes think that they were banding together to do something great, just to make them do something great together when really the threat wasn't as scary. It was just a made up one. It sounds like a thing.
the hosts of Mirrors are manipulative bastards, but I don't think any would go as far as to have a deliberate blood sacrifice set up.
Mr. Fell
Um,
says his blasphemes so much better than me.
The
We
gods
do
can
know the
burn me for all
level
I
of-
care.
we know the level of one of them because we know Pan was the original for the Fae.
Pan is a Fey lord, but not exactly one of the great. So, was it done under the purview of the other Fey lords, or is it his own decision? Perhaps it is something you can find out.
No, and it is also something to think about. If it was really such a dangerous threat, then why wasn't it the most powerful Fey Lord? Why wasn't it a more powerful aberration? It seems very strange, yes?
Very
Why is
strange.
Well,
Why is it not?
I? Okay.
So, it may not have been on the scale of Lord Oberon or Titania coming in to help us, but like, I don't know about you. I don't think I'm as strong as Fey Lord Pan. So
No, I
anything.
am not saying anything bad about Fey Lord Pan. I think
No,
they
I'm
are
just saying
wonderful
the
and great, and
scale
powerful.
of it. If
I was talking about the Chul.
yeah, I'm saying if on the scale of this threat to make a Fey Lord wary, I think it's something that we as mortals should be quite wary of.
That is also a very
Um,
good point. Many of these factions have no interest beyond minor ones in our plane. Why would they fear what happens? The
I'm
aberrations
not.
are, and perhaps the undead are the only ones that have any direct stake.
And the Fae.
The Fae can always guard their own realms.
I mean,
I
Pan
do
really did
not-
say that if what happened, basically they could just go back to the Fae, and this is not a problem that they can get away.
I do not know enough. Is Pan specifically tied to this land? Like,
Nope, he
or
said himself he'll just leave.
Pan,
Yeah, he said he'd just leave.
But-
that does not mean, no, that he doesn't have particular interest in this land. They do hold certain places as their seat of power. Maybe this is Pan's.
It sounded like whatever it is based here in Melody. I mean, if something needed to be done quickly, they may not have had time to get a Feylord from a distance away. Comparative,
Or perhaps there is a risk in being the ones partaking in this.
that also.
Mm.
I think right now we have a lead on part of it, on where to triumph. Unfortunately, I did not have these dreams, so I'm kind of guessing on anything.
Will you be
Didn't have
joining
them
us?
either.
Me? I think if you are trying to get out there and get things done quickly before nightfall, I would only slow you down.
Mm.
I don't think you can afford to have me hobbling along.
We can bring back what information we can, or items we get. I mean, it sounds like it is not something that is particularly close either. We're going that early.
Well,
It is just very worrisome.
I will see if there is some aid that I can lend. I will go through my spell book and see if there is anything that would aid you in casting tomorrow.
Well, did you find anything else in your research?
Still going through it, I'm afraid. It is... some would have you believe that a scholar can discover something within a few glances of pages, but it is tedious, slow work.
Yes, I am thankful for your contribution so that I do not have to read the book.
So you depart tomorrow then?
Yes, we will depart before the sun rises tomorrow. Bill will be coming here.
Marvelous.
I promised that I would have dinner with the Whispers tonight, and I am going
Delightful.
I'm
be
going
heading back to town for that.
Oh,
Taryc and I are going to need to pick up our post markers.
did you remember to get cloth?
No.
Then, in fact, gift. Oh no, I almost said the gifting word. Nim. If you would do me a favor on your way back into town, if you could just, how much cloth are we needing?
It's about enough for a flag for at least 20 poles.
Ah, I see. Then he's going to pull out a quill. He seems to have it's not a full bottle of ink, but it's like he keeps a small file of it in his robes in case he needs to write at a moment's notice.
No!
It does
At some point this will suck when that chatters.
Pulls out a little scrap of vellum and just scribbles a little note. And if you would take this to the general store on your way through. And it is just a order for 20 actually he would overcompensate 30 strips of either woad dyed or yellowed cloth.
Okay.
Okay, I shall take this.
And it just promises payment on collection.
If you can handle that, Noah, I think I may step into the woods and do a little bit of hunting with Saeed. Never
Alr-
too early to start training.
All right, I'm going to need your help later tonight, though. So,
That is understandable. I will be available. I just want to make sure I get some fresh meat for him, and it never hurts for us.
all right.
Okay. Right.
So I'm
Right.
going.
Well, I'm gonna make the trek back to
Yeah.
town.
So what we're going to do is we will start skipping through some things unless anyone has anything in particular they need to bring up or such before nightfall.
I don't need to play through any of it. I just want
you
want to
are
go.
going to go have a delightful dinner with the Whispers.
I'm gonna have a nice dinner with the Whispers. We're gonna sing, do shit, whatever, and then I'll do my prayer at the altar, and then I'm skedaddling back before night. That's
you are given a small brownie sized bottle of nectar wine.
Oh man, this is good.
Are you gonna make it home?
I'll make it home.
And Taryc are out hunting, right?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are able. Both of you give me your
I'm
D6.
out. I think I'm just the only one out hunting.
Oh, it's just you? Okay, then go ahead. Give me a D6.
Oh. I was about to hit a survival. That was not a D6. D6.
Okay. Along with just like general foraging of berries and wild mushrooms and so on, you are able to bring back a few rabbits as well.
Okay.
Your Drake does like manage to catch a rabbit, but it is also eaten like basically immediately.
I'm not going to be like it's bad, but I am going to. We try to wait till we get home.
Yeah, you're gonna start trying to teach it on like catch, don't eat.
Yep.
Yeah, you can start this process. Noah, what are you about? You're gonna go collect poles.
Yes, I'm going to collect payment for poles.
Torin will actually send you with some money for the cloth as well, because you are expected to pick that up. Nim delivered the note, but you'll have to grab that.
Can I borrow one of these guys if Taryc's not back? Pointing to them.
Yes, of course. Kellon, follow young Noah here and carry what she needs you to carry.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, you can go into town with this golem and essentially load it up. He is also going to send you with the rest of the payment in gold. He covers it.
Oh.
I can just imagine Noah coming back riding on the shoulder of Kellen. Why are you riding him? Oh, you said he would carry anything that I needed him to, and well, my hooves started hurting.
Iala?
Yeah.
What would you like to be about? Anything in particular you need to do?
I don't think she has anything in particular to do. She's waiting for she's pretty much just trying to get her nerves out by maybe doing a lap or two around flying around
you're exercising, maybe doing a bit of training, just distracting yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Cassian?
Cassian once everyone departs from the compound for the most part.
But I think most people are still around the compound, but like you scattered as a group.
Yeah, he's going to find a nice quiet place, and he's actually going to do his prayers.
Okay. What are your prayers?
The big one's going to Morgani.
You're going to... is it just a general prayer, or are you like trying to earn favor by offering up a secret of some sort?
He's going to offer up a secret.
Okay.
And it's more of a feeling. O Lady of Spells, of Lady of Magic, I beg your favor on the morrow to let my spells be effective and precise. Though I fear we might not be coming back, but I can't tell anyone because I don't want to bring down anyone's feelings or morale on this, and I have to hold it to myself, but I think this is far, far beyond what we're capable of.
Okay. You pray to Morgani. Also, just doing general reading is considered a holy act, so you are able to do that if you want.
And he's also reading that book.
Okay, you're going through your books and more. Good.
And I think because the books are one of his passions, that's also kind of a sort of prayer to Mari.
Yes. Right.
So not a favored prayer.
You're able to go through your books. Again, thick, heavy reading. it goes further into Corin's journey onto the plains, how he wandered through day and through night, notably. It mentions feeling a heavy burden and a heavy pull, which in the nights troubled him almost to restlessness, which is noteworthy because elves don't sleep much, so restlessness, like something was disturbing him even in a waking trance. And you're reading and are unfortunately interrupted as Torinfel approaches you, and just young Cassian.
Cassian's going to close the book and lift his head. Yes.
If I might have you a moment.
Cassian's going to get up, horse stretch, grab the book, and tuck it away. Yes. What can I do to assist?
You'll forgive me if this is impertinent or holding myself in too high in esteem, but seeing as I am to be working here for some time, perhaps even after I depart, you would be interested in... I haven't really taken an apprentice before. And I know that you've already done your basics of training, but would you be interested in continuing in under my tutelage? In a more official capacity?
I will learn what you have to teach.
In that case, I would like to offer apprenticeship. And he just offers his hand out to you.
Cassian's looking at this and thinking back to what Torin told him, and I'd like to make an insight or even an investigation on this.
Okay, is there anything in particular you're looking for with this?
Because if he's just general body language, because even though he's probably hiding it incredibly well, just because of what he said, Cassian's on edge on this.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a insight check. It's hard to read, Cassian.
And I don't think I can get any better than that, but I'm going to try.
Okay, you're going to use your inspiration?
Yes.
All right, go for it. Unfortunately not.
No, my rolls never go up.
There's nothing to say you couldn't question him, or, you know, if Cassian's feeling suspicious, it's up to you how you approach this.
Phil, I do have questions before I accept your apprenticeship, though.
You should, please.
Why would you offer this to me and not pick someone who's fresh and easily far more moldable than I? Because I've already developed my writing techniques and my casting language.
Admittedly, I have little patience for teaching a beginner, and he says that with a smile. Having somebody that already knows the fundamentals is less effort on my part. And his bandaged hand goes to the back of his head, sort of rubbing it from the hood, and frankly, I am a little taken with you as a person. You are suspicious of enough, and he says that with a grin, wary enough, that I feel that you would be a good person to carry forth my teachings. You are not a fool. Many mages truly are, as smart as they are, fools.
I will concur with that. I have found myself the fool many a time.
We all do at some point or another. But you have a head about you, and, well, I am restricted in my role somewhat. As much as I am trying to bend that, there's only so much I can do to aid you all here, and I feel like I need to find something to contribute further. And your education is a place where I can do that. Now, I can't promise that I would be a particularly good teacher. I haven't really tried hard before. And I have my own flaws, my own impatiences, so I don't know if this would be the best for you, but offer it I shall.
And then with this caveat, I shall accept. Should I find anything I find distasteful or malign, I have the right to break my tutelage with you.
And perhaps I shall be frank with you. I won't ask you for any kind of wizard's swear or keys or such. I will simply ask for your understanding.
Understanding is easy.
I am a practitioner of necromancy, young Cassian.
I kinda had that feeling.
I put myself under the followings and teachings of Lysil. Blessed she be in undeath. Now, there is a lot of fear associated with necromancers. No, I do not go around digging up random corpses and such use. You do not see me surrounded by an army of undead. Necromancy is a complicated art. It taps into life, not just death. This is what allowed me to make sure that you did not pass on.
And I thank you for that.
So, with that said, if that is too unscrupulous for you or too dark, then I am understanding, and no more need be said. But if you can accept this part of me...
I can accept that. It's just, as I said, if I find something that is distasteful to me, or I find fully morally objectionable.
Of course. I think it is the nature of adventurers to follow their hearts if they're not following their purses.
Cassian kind of does the head wobble, like, yeah. And Cassian will put his hand out, then I will accept your tutelage.
Marvelous. And he reaches out and takes your hand and gives it a little shake. It's not a strong grip in the slightest. And he goes, in that case, we will see about bringing your education proper when you return from your trip tomorrow.
So I do have a question for you.
Please.
And as no one else is around, with the lich in the gem, was it destroyed or was it released?
Destroyed.
Thank you.
And he sort of lets go of your hand and sort of goes back to leaning on his staff with an amused look and goes, truly, Cassian, I know that I can come off a bit strangely, but I am not some evil wizard from fable.
No, but at the same time, after what we have been told about who and what was in there,
it is a regretful thing.
I just want to make sure they ended up where they needed to end up.
Indeed. They have indeed. So, do not fear.
Well, I don't think I'm going to get back to reading, so I think I should check my gear before we go.
Yes, I recommend that you all get an early night, so morning travel is never pleasant. And he just nods and starts to hobble his way back towards the main building.
And Cassian's going to go about pulling his gear out and checking everything.
Eventually, all of you can start filtering back in. Nim, you're sort of flying back with... you've been sent with leftovers as well.
Someday tomorrow.
Yeah. And as you're sort of gathering, Taryc does give you all the sort of thing of like, you should consider resting early tonight.
Yes, that's
I
lovely,
was
guys.
planning on it. Gonna look at because I'm guessing, since as far as I know, nobody's actually claimed any of those items yet that were identified. Taryc's actually gonna pick up the collapsible pole and go. Would anyone mind if I carry this? It's a bit bigger than the staff I carry, and could use it for similar type of uses, unless someone else would like it.
I have no issues with that.
You do what you want with the weird walkie stick. I don't want it.
Gonna kind of look mostly at Noah because he's No, it's the other one that would have use for it, like I do. So
I barely can carry it. It's probably be too heavy for me.
Oh,
And
Mr. Fell, is it alright if Nami stays here with you tomorrow?
No, certainly. I will keep your little Drake fed and fat.
Thank you. I do not wish to take dear sacred beast out onto the plains.
Well, if you have need of it, you can simply dismiss and resummon your familiar. Yes.
Yes. But
I-
I always worry what if they're trapped in there when
Yes.
something distasteful happened. They're special, and I will leave them here.
No, do not fear for such circumstance. If you like, when you come back, I will give you a little more understanding on how your familiar works.
I would appreciate that. I have very little information, as it was not something I tried to do.
Yes,
I would have researched this a bit more, I think.
you see now why perhaps I curse your beloved deity a little sometimes. And he seems to be more than happy to like just settle down and do some of his own reading as you all start preparing to get some early night's sleep. And you all can do so.
Noah that night is going to do their normal kind of like night wanderings around and take the trance and then stay up for the rest of the night. They're going to give out a small prayer to Lalasil. And how many doses of the Chul toxin do they have?
I'm gonna say because it's like it loses its potency unless it's like kept in a sort of concentrated mass pretty quickly. I'm gonna say you've got 3 doses of it that you can readily apply.
Okay.
Also, part of your President Lalasil, you do know that lighting a guiding light is considered a holy act. You could do so on top of the tower if you wanted, just like have a little beacon there.
Yeah, that's what Noah will do.
Yeah, so you're gonna just set up a torch there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nim's gonna settle in after she does her first watch, and I'm just gonna go to my bedroll and then go in my ring.
Okay.
And me and Nami are gonna sleep on the pillow pile for 4 hours or whatever it is.
Delightful.
For the first amount of it, and then we'll pump back into the bedroll when it's over. But yeah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna leave the wine as an offering for my patron.
Okay, very nice. You'll go about your little watches and your rest, and some of you have peculiar dreams tonight. Can everybody give me a wisdom saving throw?
Would Noah still do that?
You just trancing?
Yeah.
Then no, it need not roll.
My defenses are down in my sleep.
Okay. Nim,
Wish I had advantage.
you actually managed to escape it because you spent time in the bowl, so you're okay. Iala, something troubles you. You are dreaming of your upcoming journey, stepping out onto the plains, and to you it feels more like a wet moor. Your feet sink into the ground, swampy, boggy mess. Even what seems to be like solid ground is like just particularly thick mud that tries to draw you in and under. And as you continue forward, you see your companions beside you, but they're spreading out, almost drifting off. You call to them, telling them to stick together, but one by one they vanish into the darkness, leaving you alone. And as you feel that fear of being alone, suddenly it's replaced something a greater fear. You're not alone. Something is with you. You feel as you desperately try to surge forward, you're no longer being drawn down into the muck. Something is climbing, almost a feel of hands grasping at your legs, pulling up. Something's climbing up onto your back. And as you feel this weight on you, pushing you further down into the muck, you feel just behind you, beside your ear, a breath. Cassian.
Yes.
You're not having a horrific nightmare. You're actually just having a dream. It's basically a dull dream of like being back in your old master's your study hall. You're poring over a text, preparing for a lesson, and while you're trying to prepare for one lesson, he's lecturing you on a different subject. So you're just trying to absorb two things at once. And as he sort of comes over beside you, placing a hand on your shoulder and leaning down, he goes, Cassian,
Hmm?
there's something very important you need to remember.
What's that, sir?
Torin Fell has something great ahead of him. There are going to be forces coming for him, and he must survive. Even if he is torn away from you, you must see Torin Fell is safe. I have to find this. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're always one of my best students, Cassian. While you may not be following my path, I will still try to guide you. Be there for him. Do not trust the man that comes in the night. All right, and that is where your dream will end. Taryc.
Yes.
You are dreaming of being on a hunt. You are wandering through the woods. It seems to be more based on your sort of recent experiences. You're seeing the local trees and so on. You're not seeing your homeland hunts. With you are your adventuring party. They're just sort of chattering. You've got that moment of like you're going to scare away the game, but it's nice to have the company, you know. It doesn't bother you too much. And even Torin Fell is there. You see him sort of like talking to Cassian, trying to... They're not paying attention to the activity here. It just feels nice. It feels like a group together, an outing. There might be some pretense as to what you're doing, but it's just company. And then you hear screams from the distance. Nim screams, falls silent. Iala yells out and then is cut off. Noah, you see her dive off into the woods trying to find them, yelling for help. They're over it, and then she stops as well. Torin Fell seems to command Cassian to run, get help. And as Torin Fell turns to face you, apparently to bark out some orders, you see a sword run through his chest from the back, a figure stepping out of the woods, driving a sword through his heart. Torin Fell gasping out, his eyes going wide, reaching out, and then falling, sliding off of this blade as this figure, this half-elven gentleman in a cowl, stubble, grizzled, you see, just holding this dripping blade, points at you with his other hand. It's missing fingers, almost like some of its palm gone as to it, as if like that's been cleaved. He points at you as if I'm coming for you now. And that's when you'll wake up. And everyone starts to stir in the morning.
Cassian, as soon as he wakes up, is immediately going back to pen and paper.
You had such a lovely night's sleep.
I did. I think last night that... Oh, maybe? No. I was hoping that was lipstick.
Out of Ialia's sleeping quarters, she's just kind of
when she wakes up, she's flailing to get the covers off of her, and just gets up and is just making sure she's not sinking into the ground. And
Are you climbing up on things and flapping your wings a bit, just being like, "Yes, I am up. Yes, the ground can't touch me."
You also have that like thing of like I'm feeling over your back. Is there something there? You know.
What's that? Oh, those are my wings. She really wants to get it. She gets up into a chair and just brings her feet up off the ground because she doesn't want to be on the ground right now.
Torrenfell, as
light up my
always.
tail because it's dark still, because it's early morning, right? Really early.
Yeah, very early. It is literally still dark. Torrenfell's actually seems to be awake himself, stoking the fire. He's doing that old man thing of like, I barely sleep. And he sort of looks over at you and goes, I was assuming I'd have to rouse you all.
Cassian's still writing, and he's actually rummaging through his
Everyone
bag and
sleeping
pulling...
around me made a lot of noise.
Bit of a dream of
not more prophetic nightmares, I hope.
No, someone pushed into my dreams.
I hope not. I would prefer that the rest of you do not die.
Noah walks in. Hey everyone, what's for breakfast?
I have you'll like fried fish, I hope.
I can take that.
She says still rather
Did you get fish? Oh, is this from earlier?
Yes, it's some assorted fish. I just cooked it down so you could spread it on toast. I think it's quite good.
Yes.
Wow.
We have bread.
Fish.
Wow, Iala, you look like crud.
Thanks a lot. You look great yourself.
Taryc, it's quite normal to dream of your companion's demise when you're going off to something, honestly, quite daunting.
Is it?
I had many dreams like that in my first adventuring days.
We did just hear about people dying gruesomely on the plains that we're about to go on to, so it would be normal to have a nightmare.
The big thing was the person I saw that look at Thorin that killed you, actually.
Please don't be
out of
about
character.
my death. That will disconcert me. Something fierce.
Out of character, actually, to the GM, because I know elves are not very common.
Yeah.
Are half elves?
Half elves are relatively common. Like they're not the most populous race, but like, and again, half elf is a descriptor of something that is like this man might have had an elf in his ancestry, like seven generations ago.
So that's not an unusual thing to see. Yeah. That's just, but he was half elf, but he was missing part of his hand. Yes, it's like part of it was cleaved off. That was the thing I'm kind of remembering about it. It's not something you
like which half was it? Like the forefinger?
I'm gonna because it's close enough to the dream. I'm gonna kind of draw it on my hand on the part that I saw missing.
You draw down. Essentially, it is missing the two pinky finger and finger next to that.
Yeah.
Basically that side of the hand, and it is the right hand that is cleaved.
So I need to cross that out because it's the other side. And was it missing part of
the palm as
well?
You said too? Like it basically went down from that joint, that part between the fingers, clean through to like the wrist.
Oh, so it's like that whole side is gone.
Yeah, the entire side of that hand is gone.
So yeah, like that whole. I mean, that's a very unusual wound, I believe.
Is it somebody that you've seen before?
Out of character, just should double check. My in characters, as far as I know, as a player, this is not somebody I've seen before.
It's not. No.
Okay.
As far as you're aware.
Not that I am aware of. I figured that missing would
I don't think
be something I remember.
Half elf in town. We've only seen mostly humans and the glide and elves.
I think there is a couple of half elves in town, but no one with that kind of wound.
You came up with a very interesting nightmare, man. Missing a hand.
Well, were they holding the sword in that hand, or is that the
No,
other
they were
hand?
holding a sword in the left hand.
Okay, I'm like sitting here, like suddenly my brain's going, wait a second, how are they holding that sword?
We will make sure to take extra care that scary brigand man does not come stab.
You're going to be leaving me all alone. Marvelous.
No,
Oh,
you have a very brave pseudo dragon with you.
I do
maybe I should
indeed.
stay here and I will protect Mr. Fell. I would
I'm
make
sure
the
that you would
sacrifice
like to not go out onto the scary
to-
plains, but I'm afraid I will be fine with my golems.
Yes.
Oh,
Cassian's standing up and snapping his book shut that he was writing in.
but I'm so brave and
It's
powerful
quite
and
frantic
heroic if I
writing you're
stay
doing there,
here.
young Cassian.
Yeah, because my master intruded on my dreams last night.
He quirks an eyebrow a bit and goes, "Are you sure you're not just dreaming about your master?"
It started out as normal because he would oftentimes, while I was studying for one thing, would lecture me on something else, and that would just be it. No, he changed his tone and specifically called you by name.
What is your master's name?
Cassius Dark Blackveil.
I don't think I'm familiar with him.
He was a master diviner where I grew up.
Oh, a diviner. You think perhaps he defined something of me?
He told me what was said, that you are important to what is coming and that I am to protect you no matter what, and not to trust the man that comes in the night.
Wait, Bill's coming in the night. But we know Bill.
I mean, is it really the night, or is it
I guess it's morning.
beginning of the day?
Or no, it was don't trust the man that comes in the dark.
Do you think this applies to Bill? Bill seems to be just a person.
Bill's kind of just a really great guy. That's my rival. I'm kind of vaguely sexy, if I'm going to say, but
He is not to enter the compound.
He leans back in his chair a little bit and just goes, "I don't know, the fact that Taryc has had a dream of was it dark or day when that happened in your dream?"
It was day, wasn't it? For the GM?
It was day, but the tone of the dream shifted quite drastically. Like,
Okay.
you couldn't tell if it was just like deep woods dark or was it supposed to be nighttime. It's hard to remember at this point.
It could have been deep woods. It could have been night.
All right, Nami, this is very important. You are going to stay here today, and you are going to protect Torrentfell, okay? And you get to have all the chocolate and all of the candies that you want.
Nomi's head pucks straight up.
Yes, all of those things are yours. Yes.
He looks at Torrentfell, flaps off his Torrentfell, lands on his shoulder, and just is doing like the alert look about.
Oh God, he's
You know where I
Prairie
keep the
dogging.
candies and the chocolate. You get whatever you want.
I will make
Seriously,
sure
doing-
that your pseudo dragon does not make himself ill.
Man.
He's allowed.
I need
Okay,
to
then.
start sleeping more. If everyone's getting all these really important dreams, I really should make an effort to get prophetic dreams myself.
Sleep is a delightful thing. Many people I know capable of trancing choose to sleep anyway. It's one of the best things in life.
Yeah, but you get so much more done. in
What
trance.
did you? I guess the question is, what did you do tonight when you were not sleeping?
Walking around, looking at stuff.
Torrentfell just sort of like lets out a coughing chuckle at that.
Wow, this is like time well spent. I'm glad I was asleep.
Yeah, but at least I was able to be awake and enjoy it. If I'm asleep, I'm unconscious and can't look at stuff.
Well,
Yeah, but
then
my
again,
body
I
gets
miss
to
all-
rest and my brain gets to go magical places, like to bed with people I like.
well, young Cassian, I think that any mention of me being important is complete poppycock, but I will heed your warnings and I will make sure that Kelon and Melissa are by my side until you all return.
Did you have
Yeah.
prophetic dreams as well? Iala, you seem like you're watching the floor. I'm not
I
going
hope
to
they
bite you.
weren't.
Does anyone else
Just-
dream of my demise?
No,
I
did
mean,
not
I will
have
say
such a bad dream.
if everyone else died too, so it wasn't just you. It was just
Oh,
you, the only one I
marvelous.
saw.
Oh, well, that's
Oh.
cheerful.
That's great. Maybe I
Are you okay, Alia?
Just not a very good dream last night. Not prophetic, just a
We
little
hope,
bit unnerving.
Oh,
you hope it's
I'm
not
sorry.
prophetic.
Just-
I'm
I-
very sorry.
I'd rather
Is
be
there
up in
anything?
the air right now.
Maybe take a little fly around and look for Bill.
I was going to say, can everybody make me a perception check, please?
No, I can't do that. It's impossible. I'm incapable of perceiving anything right now. I have a 14.
Okay, basically everyone but Nim will actually hear it. It's quite faint, but you do hear someone sort of going, "Hello, hello, anyone there?"
Speak of the devil, there he is. I will
If
go
it's
say
not the
hello.
devil.
Here comes the devil and they shall appear.
Cassian's grabbing his stuff, and before he steps out, he's casting a spell. As he walks past Torin, and
Fireball.
He's dropping mage armor on him as he goes by.
Don't think you can actually cast Mage Armor on someone else, can you?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
it's a self-cast,
You have to.
isn't
It's
it?
nope. It's a touch a
Oh,
willing creature.
Yeah, touch a willing creature.
Oh, nice.
I gotta say, if you do that, you feel he already has it on him. Like your spell doesn't take.
Oh, it just kind of goes nope. Okay. Do I lose the spell slot or no?
Give me a Arcana roll.
Back to main page. Arcana.
No, I'm gonna say that you feel the abjuration magic on Torinfell before you complete the spell.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Hey-
I'll redirect it and hit me with it instead.
Yeah, good idea. You cast Mage Armor on yourself. Torinfell smiles at you thankfully, like he knows what you were intending there. And he goes, "Well, I am going to try and impart some small protections on you all, if you allow me."
I will
more
nod.
protection is better than less.
Right, unless anybody actually objects, he's going to go around muttering some incantation work, touching each of you in turn, and you all. It's not the actual divine shield of faith, but it seems similar to it. You all get an extra arcane ward. Each of you will have +1 AC for the next 8 hours.
Oh, handy. Ooh.
Thank you very much,
so
Mr.
I'm
Phil.
now at 15. Sweet.
It is a small thing, but I'll admit most of my casting learnings are of a selfish nature. There is not much I can do for others, but hopefully this will help.
And
It's greatly appreciated.
one last thing Cassian is doing before he steps out is he's grabbing up the leftover magics from that and wrapping it around himself.
Okay.
I'm actually activating my arcane ward
Okay, from your mage armor.
from my school.
I have a quick question to the GM.
Yes.
Because I didn't summon my Drake companion, it hatched. At this point, how do I choose what damage type it has?
The had
Just-
counted the summoning, so
Okay,
choose
so I get to
which you
pick.
want.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I am going to have it as we're gonna have it as acid. So
Ah, that wasn't unexpected.
I mean, I was going to do fire, but the idea
I was just
that's
teasing Blackheart
self-contained.
that he always says acid.
I could use a spell slot to
Oh,
change
like,
it.
oh, that wasn't unexpected. It's acid again.
I will be honest. The players during this fight of most likely acid is something a lot of things are immune to.
You also just like it. All right. Yep. I'm gonna go. You said that there's somebody here. Did somebody say or did nobody say? Because I'm the only one that didn't hear.
Thought one of us
Someone's
did.
waiting for us.
A moment, no, please.
Yes.
He is pulling out a scroll, and he goes, "I believe most of you are able to cast, so whoever wants to carry this can. This is only to be used in the most dire of emergency."
I guess, being that I am such a powerful spellcaster, I will carry the duty of such a heavy, heavy burden.
If you wish to be the one carrying it,
I
he's
don't. It is a very big scroll, and I don't want to do it. Somebody else do this.
I'll take it. Hopefully, I'm not the one
uh,
currently being beaten down.
he'll hand it off to you, and he goes, "How much stress again? This is valuable. It's cost a lot of gold, so only use it if you really truly have to."
It's valuable.
Yes, it is a arcane version of a word of recall spell.
Oh,
You read it off, and you and 5 others that you pick will be able to be transported back to a safe location that I have devised.
Oh, that is very helpful.
Just gonna do that. Yeah.
All right.
Niv's hiding a very, very dastardly expression in her soul.
good thing you didn't take.
Okay.
Good thing you didn't take this.
Yeah. Very valuable item being waved in front of Nim.
Nim one.
Nim keep.
I likely shouldn't be assisting you in such a manner, but I want you all to come back safe. Also, if I am being murdered, I will have Nomi perhaps try and send some kind of signal or something, and you must return promptly and save me.
Of course,
Alright.
that sounds like a good plan.
You
Nami,
are
you're
very
again.
we
willingness
shall-
to use that scroll in the case that I am being stabbed.
Yes, of course. Nami, you are important for this, okay? Yes. You
Nomi,
make sure
Nomi
you
bobs,
protect
Nomi
Mr.
bobs
Bell.
his head and is already going off to find the chocolate.
Yep.
And he falling back.
I
Like,
feel in very good hands. But truly, you will
Oh,
be
that
safe.
angel really gave us a great thing.
we're trying our very best.
Yes,
Alright.
goodbye.
Okay, he will see you off, and you can all head off. And Bill's outside. Bill's got a backpack on. Is wearing like a heavy coat because it's quite chill in the morning. And he sort of gives you all a wave and goes, "All right, we are all good to get off."
Yes, we're ready to
I
go.
believe so.
Right, who's packing the poles? And I'm sure the cloth was picked up well. Which you have a bunch of strips of. They didn't have like all of one color, so you do have a mix of blue and yellow cloth. But who's carrying that stuff?
I put it over my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Shoulder?
Yeah, I was just say if we can figure out a way on the drake, and the drake won't eat it.
The drake does like it doesn't like it at
Like,
first, right? It's doing the edge away, then it's trying to like reach back, pull on the stick, but you're able to like get it. So like, no,
I'm
it's
like,
okay.
Yeah, yep. I'm
Is it
gonna
gonna do
show
the
my
big
own.
dog thing where it has one of the sticks by one end and just drags it along?
It's
slowly,
wobbling along at an
wagging,
awkward
like it
angle.
thinks it's it's
Yeah.
just getting stuck on everything, but it's really happy.
Yeah, you do convince it to like carry them, but it does keep playing with them. Every now and then you might have to stop and like, set them all back into place.
Fine.
Before
Makes
we
it happy.
get out, I'm think this is like a backup plan before since what we learned that they all seem to be tearing each other apart. If Noah takes out vials of Chul toxin. Here's the substance that the Chuls use to paralyze us. I'm feeling that if one of us starts, turning,
Actually,
a quick
I
dose
have
of this might
one
help
thing
us help alleviate that situation.
Yes. I have one thing I want to do before we leave. I'll be right back. I am going to run inside. I'm going over to where my bag is, and then I am, or my bedroll is. And then this is probably not going to be great, but I'm doing that while Torrenfell's in there. I am hiding my ring in my my stuff, and then I'm going out with just the wand.
Okay, you leaving the ring behind?
Because I'm leaving my ring behind because I do not wish to risk my patron in any way.
He definitely notices you doing that, and he just goes, "Young Nim, I'll safeguard it if you want."
Yes, I do not want to have what happened to other warlock happen to my patron. If I do not come back, cast it into the water.
He's not in understanding. I will do so.
Thank you. And I'm gonna run back up.
All right. Okay. All right. You all
Nim values her patron too much. Cannot do this.
you all head on out and start the trek off into the plains with Bill, and that is where we're going to end today's session.
Huzzah!
Yeah. Everybody take 150 experience points. Everybody take a point of piety. And we will do this same time next week. Ta-da!